Hello, everyone, and welcome to Play the Game with Steve. It's time for our Magic gameplay videos. So, what you're going to see if you watch all the way to the end, it is going to be four deck builds that are very unique, uh, really focusing on Magic and some of the cards that function really well with her. We're going to face off against some tough villains. We got Aggression is facing off against Knight of the Sentinels. Protection is going to be facing off against Zola. Justice is going to face off against Magneto. And we're going to finish in Hell with the Hood with our leadership build. So I really hope you enjoyed these and you watch the strategy. Please, if you see anything, make sure that you write something in the comments. Oh, I like that strategy, or I don't like that strategy, or maybe you should try this or that at the end. And stay to the end. There's a couple videos that are a little bit long. Again, RNG in a solo play with on expert, and then playing on the harder difficulties. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit more challenging sometimes. Stay tuned to the end and enjoy. All right, we're ready to start our adventure with Magic Unleashed. All right, so the strategy I will not opt because I showed you two when I was doing the video. So I will not opt for the Cosmo Voltron strategy with the marks, the energy spears, the enraged, and just make Cosmo Voltron. You've seen that before. It's pretty straightforward. So I'm like, let's try something different where it's mostly just magic, showcasing magic. All right, so I'm running one aggression event spell, which is the magic attack. I'm running one player side scheme and aggression. Obviously, it's the lock and load. That allows me to go get my sword. So that's really fun. And if I already have my sword, it also gets me Yawnborn. So I think it's pretty cool. So then I'm running two double resources, powers of aggression. Again, not really have a lot of doubles needed, but the fact that it has the wild resources, why it's there. Martial prowess and combat training uh, Yawnborn, Fluid Motion, Blood Rage, and Battle Fury. All these little one cost cards that I want to showcase. All right. And then for the basic cards, obviously, I'll be running the Sorcerer Supreme. I'll be running one copy of Resourceful, which is never going to pretty much get played. It's mostly there because I want to trigger my resource stuff. We have the Death Focus. We have the Blood Gem. We have three copies of the X Gene. We have the X Jet. And then we have the two trainings, the specialized training and the build support. Again, these are cards that are going to get thinned out of my deck. As for events, I'm running Face the Path. Why? And I told you why. I'm running three spiritual meditations. I'm running one basic spell because I'm playing solo. It's good. And I'm running the three digging deeps. So as you can see, I'm not running any of the double resources. I don't think they're actually needed for her kit. It's very cheap and everything. What I want to do is going to be pretty straightforward. And I'm going to have the resources for what I want to do, regardless of not having the doubles because of her ability. All right, so before we start, that's what it is. That's the deck. So if you want to take a quick picture, there you go. There's the deck. Again, if you want to play multiplayer, I build this for solo play. If you're going to be playing in multiplayer, I probably would go with the Voltron deck with Cosmo and then still keep some of the aggression stuff here just to have some fun. But there you go. All right, so let's go check it out. All right, here we go. So we placed the four captives under here. The when revealed of the Sentinel here is the first player searches the encounter deck for a abduction protocols, which has two and two per player, so that's four. And then each other player a face down encounter card, so we don't get any encounter cards because we have this. He is steady and tough. This says to go get Mutant Atnamal and Operation Zero Tolerance, which is here with 3 threat. It is also permanent, so even if we remove all the threat, it doesn't matter. And then we have Mutants at the Mall that should have 4. Where was the other token? There you go. Mutant at the Mall has 4, and when we defeat it, we search for a Sentinel minion and reveal it. And then we get Jubilee on the other side during any other version of for Sentinel and reveals it. All right, well there you go. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, let's shuffle the encounter deck. So no encounter cards, extra to start. So that's really, really good. And then we'll shuffle our deck here and see what we get. All right. Shuffle, waffle, waffle. There we go. All right. So let's see what we have for our first opening hand. Oh, we have our armor that gives us the retaliate. We have a stepping disc. Ooh, we start with limbo. All right. Well, that's the soul stored. Jesus. Okay. So we start with everything. Soul strike and a magic attack. So because of her thing, she gets to put a spell card. So this is not a spell. This is not a spell. So we can discard this and then we'll be able to play it. So I think I don't need the armor. It's not what I want to focus on right now. But it does give me a +1 defense and retaliate, which is also not bad. I think gaining piercing is not what I need right now. So, and I have ways to go get it. So I think I'm just going to pitch these 4 cards right here. I'm going to pitch 4 and see if I can find some more goody stuff. All right, we got the Blood Gem, the X-Jet, which we don't need, the Crown, which might be nice. And nice. We have an Exorcism. All right, so that is really, really good. Exorcism will allow us to get rid of the abduction protocols. And that's what we're going to put on top of our deck. All right, so we're going to use Exorcism to put down the Limbo. Let us do the Limbo Rock. All right. Then we are going to flip up and we're going to put the Exorcism on top of our deck. All right. Now I get to play one of these cards for free or for at least 1 cheaper. Do I want the Crown first? I think I'm going to use the Limbo. I'll exhaust Limbo and I will put the Crown and I'll take the Exorcism back. All right, I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the X-Jet and my cost reduction to put the Crown in. Nice. Now I have a thwart of 2. Awesome sauce. All right. And because this is a mental, it's going to also put a semi-confuse on him. So I'm going to use the stepping disc and the blood gem. Unfortunately, I would love to keep that, but I will use the exorcism. I'm going to remove 4 threat from the abduction protocol, which gets rid of a crisis. And then I get one of these clowns for free. All right, let's just take this one. Oh, wow, we get Wolfsbane, and this is the piercing one. Okay, so we get Wolfsbane, who has piercing. All right, I am going to thwart for 2. Because of here, I'll get rid of 2 off mutant at the mall. And then Wolfsbane is going to swing for 2 on the Sentinel and bring him down to 16. And boom, because she has piercing. So that's really, really good. So we have steady, we have all of this. All right. So that's done, that's done, that's done. Wolfsbane as well is ready. So now we get to draw 5 cards. 1, 2, the other exorcism. Stepping this, nice. X gene for 4. And martial prowess for 5. Nice. Yeah, so he's semi-confused. And then we also get to look at the top card, which is a lightning resource. All right, so what we are going to do is we are going to use the limbo when the villain's turns begins. Yeah, and then we are going to swap. Does it really matter? Do I really need to swap? Only if I play the exorcism next turn. Okay, okay. If I play exorcism, I get the X gene on top. I get, yeah, we can have some fun here. All right, we're gonna limbo the X gene on top, and then we'll be allowed to flip down. So we're gonna put 2 threat on the main, so that is gonna go to 3. All right, Sentinel wants to attack us. He's attacking us for 3. We're just gonna take the first hit. Give the villain a tough status card. Awesome sauce. So 3 will go down to 7. And then we get 1 encounter card. It is targeted for elimination. All right, so that is definitely not too shabby. Okay. We are, first of all, going to thwart for 2 off mutants at the mall. That is going to go here. And then we're going to look for a sentinel. And I think there's a nice one that come when revealed. Okay, so we're going to get this sentinel with an energy barrier. And he has 5 attack and toughness. But you know it's a very good thing? When revealed, searching out for energy barrier. So there you go. So that's 5. And he also has a nice little tough, which won't last very long because she is going to destroy it and she is going to help. All right, so this guy's gone. Boom, done. All right, so we have 3 threat on the main scheme. Now, we are going to use, as much as I want to use my martial prowess here, I think I think this is what we do. Oh wait, maybe we get to play both. Let's see. We're going to use exorcism to play the death focus. And then we're going to use our death focus to play the stepping disc. And we're going to put the exorcism on top. Now, we haven't played the top card of our library yet, which is really good. So we get to ready. And we place the spell on it. All right, so it's going to cost 1 less. So then we're going to use, I think we're just going to use our power of aggression and the cost reduction to do the exorcism, which is going to remove all the threat from the main scheme, bringing it down to 0, which is great. And we are going to fully confuse the Sentinel. I am then going to flip down and recover. So I will go back up to 10. So now we are in the lead because we have everything we need. So we have a martial prowess, and then we're going to draw our card. So let's ready up. This I wouldn't have been able to go down if I had a sentinel in front of me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. 2, 4, 5. And excellent, excellent, excellent. This is really good. I'll use an X gene to play an X gene or digging deep to play an X gene. And then I could put the X gene on top and I could just do some fun stuff here. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. So 1 threat goes on the main. He is confused. I don't know what's happening. And then we get 1 card. Shadows of the Past. Advance. He was going to scheme regardless. All right, there you go. So 1. Put Sentinel into play engaged with you. All right. When this minion is, you cannot thwart the main scheme. All right, this guy is annoying. Put the Sentinel into play engaged with you. There you go. He's not going to activate, so that's adding just 2 threat. So the main goes back to 3. All right, that was lucky because there's a lot of 3 boost in there, and we could have lost the top card of our deck. So we were kind of lucky there. Okay. We're going to start by using a Digging Deep. We put down an X gene. So that gives us 3 resources for our personal events. All right. We are going to flip up because we are at 10 health. And when we do that, we will interrupt. And do we want... We get to put a spell card. I think we'll just get an attack spell. I think we could do that. I don't think we need to really thwart that much. So we'll put the Soul Strike on top. Awesome sauce, awesome sauce, awesome sauce. Okay. Now I will use my ability, Def Focus. Sorry, no, my ability and the X gene to do a Soul Strike. So -1, I've used this yet. And then deal 4 damage to an enemy. And if the top stun that enemy. So it doesn't really matter because this is going to get revealed. And that's 4 damage. This Sentinel goes bye-bye. All right, so now the top card is a mental. So I will use that to thwart the main scheme for 2. It will go down to 1. So that's really, really good. Then, I think I know what I'm going to do. I am going to Spiritual Meditation. I will draw 2 cards and discard 1 card. So I will discard the other Spiritual Meditation. I will show. That's what I wanted to see. Okay. I will play Face the Pass. So I will put Bolesco in. He has 6 and Villainous. All right. Enforced Response. I discard the top 3. I get to ready and draw 3 cards. So 1, 2, and 3. And the top card of my deck is a MagiK Barrier. All right, so we have a lot of good stuff that we can do here. So I think what we're going to do is first thing first, we're going to use our X genes to put down our Sorcerer Supreme. So now we have a hand size of a lot more. And then I do have a lot of resources. So I think I'm just going to build up my attack. Yep. I think that is a skill. That is not a superpower. Yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Limbo to put the Resourceful on top. So I'll have my MagiK Barrier here. And I think I'm just going to put down, do I just put down more resources? Then I'll have resources for everything. Yeah, I'll just do the combat training. So now I can attack for 3. That's really, really solid. All right. I don't have any more resources. I could thwart for another 2. I don't see any point of thwarting for 2. So I think I'm just going to deal 3 damage to our... actually, Wolf's Bane will go away and deal 3 damage to the Sentinel. 2 damage to the Sentinel, and I'll do 3 damage. So that's 5 damage on the Sentinel. Let's finish this game. Or let's try to finish it. He's down. Oh, no, I can't attack the villain. Rats, because I played this. So we'll deal 5 damage to our guy. There you go. 5 damage here, and the Sentinel is still at 16. All right. I faced my pass. Do we deal with him? Do we care? I'm trying to see if we care or not. Yeah, Jubilee's just gonna kill him. There you go. He's gone. I already saw 2 digging deeps. I think I got 1 here. Did I see another one? No, but my other equipment is down. I don't think I want to lose too many cards right now. It's good when I see all the digging deeps, but if they're not there, then there's not there. All right, so there's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so we have our MagiK Barrier and we have Resourceful. So that's really, really good. So we'll look at the top card. It is a Lightning, which is great. So that means I don't need to play the Limbo to change what's going to happen. All right, the main scheme is going to go up to 2. All right, the Sentinel wants to attack me. I'm just going to take the hit. He's going to attack me for 5. I'm going to use the X gene because it is an event. So I'm going to play my MagiK Barrier. And because it's a lightning, I'll deal 3 damage back to him. And I'll prevent 3. So I'm only going to take 2. The villain's going to take 3. And I go down to 8. All right. And then my encounter card is Gauntlet Beams, attacks gain range. And he has piercing and ranged. All right, so he's attacking for 4 now. All right, it's annoying. I do have the resources if I really want to get rid of it. It's not bad. All right. So this is what I'm gonna do. There's 2 threat on the main. I am going to use Limbo Rock to put Soul Strike on top, which is a mental, which is going to allow me to thwart the main for 2. So the main scheme is going to go back down to 0. All right. I am then going to use the ability for -1 and Def Focus. I'm going to Soul Strike. Let's look at the top card. It is a lightning, so not what I was looking for. So I'll deal 4 damage to an enemy. So 4 damage on the Sentinel. He is down to 9. All right, let's play some cards. Yeah. Oh, and there's a stepping disc for next turn. This is really cool. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I am going to spend. I'm going to spend the 3 physicals to get rid of this. They're all wild, so I want them in my deck. I'll use Battle Fury to put Yonborn. So that is my first restricted. And now whenever I attack, I get to do stuff. Fun stuff. All right. 1, 2, 3. There's a spell. There's Colossus. Now this is where it's going to get fun. Now, see, that's why it was really good to get rid of that. I get to look at put the first card revealed there. All right, so before the main starts, so main scheme is going to go to 1. Limbo is going to switch a card from my hand, and it's going to be Colossus. So he's going to be on top of my deck. Now, the villain wants to initiate an attack. I'm going to cheat in Colossus for 1 less. So he's only going to cost me 2 cards, which is going to be, I think it's just going to be my Digging Deep and my, I don't think I'll need the basic spell. I think we'll be good. I think we're just going to go, we'll just use this to do the basic spell. There you go. So Colossus in play with a tough status card, and he is the defender now, and he's getting attacked for 5, loses the tough. So good. And then my 1 encounter card is Mutant Detected. Okay, so we'll place the top card of my deck, or the villain is going to attack me again. So I will, oh, yep, this has to be revealed. It's the build support. Okay. I'll just take the hit for 3, 4, 5. So I will go back down to 3. All right, that's okay. That's all right. We move in mysterious ways. Oh, I could have just put Colossus back on top. All right, I'm going to use my ability here. My power to put superpower build support into play. Oh, there. I'll be able to play it next turn. All right. This is not a mental. All right, I'm going to play Scrying. I'll look at the top 3 cards. So 1, 2, and 3. So specialized training is going to be on the top. This is going to be discarded, and this is going to be in my hand. I am going to use Jubilee. Yeah, Jubilee for 1 to remove a power off build support. And myself, the Colossus is going to remove 2 threat. So build support is going to go away. What did I do with the first one? Oh, it's right here. Yeah. Okay, so that's gone. And then I go get my X-Jet. That's so good. So many resources. All right. Now, this is the best part, is I am going to use the X-Jet. I'll use the X-Jet to play a lock and load. I am going to thwart it for 2 because of the top. That's going to go away. Get my soul sword, which is right here. This is so good. I'm going to get an encounter card right now, but it's okay. So I check this out. Do I want to stun him or do I want to confuse him? I am going to use not the X gene. I am going to use Death Focus to play the Stepping Disc, which is going to ready my hero and put one of my cards on top. I think I'll just go for the Exorcism because then I can almost confuse him. All right. Then I will use. I am ready. Okay. Then I will use my X gene and a spiritual meditation to play Exorcism. I'll remove the threat from the main scheme, which is at 0, but I'm going to semi confuse him. And that gets played again. And then I will flip down and recover for 3. So I'll go to 6. So he's semi confused. Semi confused. Perfect. And then this is my deck. And that's it. So I'm going to ready up here. And now that my board is all set up. Oh, wait. I'll use Jubilee. Is it a hero response? No. I'll pitch the Blood Rage and deal 2 damage to the Sentinel, bringing him down to 7. Okay, so now there's 0. There's 0 on the main scheme. I'm going to leave it at 1 because it's just going to go up naturally. I'm going to get 1 encounter card. I'm going to draw 1. It's so much fun. So much fun, baby. So much fun. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. Done. Okay. So I'll be able to play a spell, put it on top. Then I'll be able to do some more shenanigans. All right. So we'll able to do the specialized training. I might just go get some help, but it's all good. All right. This main scheme is going to go to 1. Sentinel is going to scheme for 2. Plus 2 is 4, which makes it 5. So we remove all the threat from the main. So it goes back down to 0. And then I lose. Then I lose the top card under it's a power of aggression. So that's not a big loss. But now I have 2 cards to deal with. The first one is if Operation Zero Toss in play, Mark Sentinel gains Surge. Abduction Protocol. That's okay. And Assault, which will surge into another Sentinel. All right, let's go, baby cakes. All right, I'm at 6 health. You know what? I am going to recover, go to 9. All right, I got to do some stuff here. Colossus will punch for 2, get rid of this guy. She should be ready. All right. I am going to use my Exorcism to put down specialized training with 5 threat on it. All right, I'm going to flip up. When I flip up, I get to put a spell back on top of my deck. Just money. All right, I'm going to use my X gene. Oh, yes. Okay, wait. Do I use the limbo now? No. I'm just going to use the X gene and the cost reduction of 1 I'll play Exorcism. I will remove 4 threats from the Abduction Protocol. That goes away. And then I get another dude to help me out. All right, there's 3 left here. Let's just take the middle guy. And we get cannonballs. Cool. That's only when he defeats a dude. All right, so the main card is a mental. Nice. So that means he is fully confused now, which is really good. Then I am going to use Def Focus to play a stepping disc, which is going to put the Exorcism back on top. See the synergies here is so good. I get to ready my hero. I am then going to use. All right. Oh wait, no, I'm going to use the limbo. There you go. That's how you do this. To put spiritual meditation on top, get the exorcism in my hand. You see how you can kind of play around with these things and it makes it so much easier. All right, I am going to use X Jet and yeah, I'll just use X Jet and the Blood Rage to redo an exorcism for 4 off of specialized training. Did I keep a lightning? Oh, wait. No, I'm not going to keep the. I'm going to keep the lightning. I'm going to use the lightning here to do a blood 2 damage here. And Cannonball will defeat this one and take -1 consequential. So he's going to take no consequence damage. So he can just stick around. And then I will thwart the specialized training. And I will go get the +4 health, which is there somewhere. I had it somewhere. Oh, there they are. All right, so the frontline specialist. Because I'm going to take damage, so 9 + 4 is 13. And there we go. So now he's fully confused, but it doesn't matter here. This. All right, and then we know what our cards are. So 2, 2, 4, 5, and 6. And then our top card reveal, which is this one. It's a physical. I'm going to use the limbo to put the X gene on top. So I have now pretty much everything I need. So what I want to do. All right. These threat tokens are gone. The main scheme goes to 1. All right. He wants to attack me. I'm just going to take the hit for 3, 4 damage. But I am going to use my X gene to do a magic barrier. So I'll prevent 3. I'll just take 1. All right. I'll deal 3 damage back to the Sentinel, who's down to 4. I don't have the armor, so I don't have retaliate. And then because I took a damage, I go down to 12. Frontline specialist will trigger, draw me a card. The top card is a stepping disc, which is lightning. And then we get an encounter card, which is caught off guard. I think it could ask for a better person. I think we'll just get rid of we'll get rid of the X gene because why not? We spent it. We don't need it anymore, and we have another. We have 2 more in our hands. All right. Let's start punching. I think we're at the punchy phase. All right. So we are going to punch. I want the top card of my deck to be something different. I want a physical or a wild. And how do we do that, Steve? Easy. Spiritual meditation. Draw 2 cards and discard 1 from my hand. We are going to discard an X gene. We're going to Spiritual meditation again. Draw 1, draw 2. There's Wolfsbane. There it is. And we'll discard Exorcism because we don't need. Now we have the one we want on top. So now we have an attack of 4 with piercing. So before we do anything, check out what we do. I'm using all my stuff. I am going to use. Do I just use Colossus to deal 2 damage to the boss? Colossus is going to go down. And the Sentinel is now down to 2. I'm going to use the X-Jet to use Jubilee's ability and flip Sentinel. He is Stalwart, so we don't care about this anymore. And he is Toughness and has how much per player? 22 per player. All right. Man, villain, 22. And he's tough, and then we get an encounter card. Because we're here, we're gonna go and start punching. We're gonna punch for 2, 3, 4 with piercing. So he is gonna go down to 18. We're gonna pitch an X Gene for Johnborn and deal 2 more. He's gonna go down to 16. I am going to use Def Focus to play Stepping Disc. I get to ready, and I'm gonna go get. Oh, I don't have the right one. No. So I'm just gonna go get Colossus and put him on top. All right. I am then going to spend nothing just to put down this one. I am going to take 2 damage with Wolfsbane. Oh no. Yeah, I'll just take 2 damage and a martial prowess. I'm gonna put down Wolfsbane. She'll do 2 damage, and Sam will do 2 damage. This was used. This was used. And then, so he is down to 12. I'm going to attack for 4 with a magic attack. So 6, he's down to 6. Not too shabby, not too shabby. And then I took 2 damage, so I actually go down to 10. I go back to where I started. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the mystical armor. 5 and 6, and the top card is a mental. All right. This is what we're gonna do. This is nothing. None of these are attacks. So again, we'll show the combo off again, which is so good. Um, we're gonna limbo. We're gonna put Colossus back on top, and this is gonna go to our hand. It's Colossus, baby. It's just colossal. All right, we're gonna add 1 threat to the main scheme. It's gonna go to 2. All right, and he wants to attack us, so we are just going to use our ability for -1 with a spell and our X-Jet, basic spell and X-Jet, and then we are going to shoot in Colossus. Does she count towards our ally limit? The first, she does not count towards our ally limit. Okay, perfect. So we got 3 dudes in front of us, which is good. We're still good. So Colossus is going to take the first hit. He's going to lose his tough. You are stunned. If you are already stunned, take 2 damage. Well, I am semi-stunned because I am steady. So that's awesome. And then we only get 2 encounter cards to deal with, and then we win. Master Plan, which is going to do nothing and add 4 threat there. And Relentless Robots, which is who cares. All right, and the top card of our deck is a wild. So wild. All right, so let's just finish this like a boss. Um, do I didn't even take any damage. Boo. All right. Cannonball would have taken one. Or maybe not. All right, we could just use our guys to finish this. I think that's what we're just gonna do. We're just gonna do everything. We're just gonna attack for 4, and then we're gonna pitch digging deep 5-6, and we win. We don't need to gloat. We've won. So we'll remove 3 threat with these guys. That's done. And then we win. Boom. So 6 damage, and then what a clean victory. Defeated double zero. So there you go. So now you saw magic and aggression, how control this can be, how much power she has, especially in solo. You saw what it was to I did get lucky. I got my exorcism on the first turn that helped me clear the threat. And then I could deal with the everything else. So I kind of got lucky with the first spell that I got. But aside from that, man, did we rock this world. All right, so now we're going to move up and we'll do some protection build. All right, guys, for this second video, we're going to be showcasing magic in protection. We're going to focus on the mystical armor that gives us retaliate. That is going to be our prime focus. So being able to deal damage all the time. We're going to be facing Expert Zola with the Ransacked Armory on Expert, which should be pretty interesting. I love the extra attachments from the modular for Zola's minions, which is good. All right, so the cards we've been running obviously is the 3 Desperate Defense. We're going to run the 3 Reposts. That is going to help with the damage on the minions. We have the Shield spell. We have 2 Defensive Energies, Blow Like Water, and the Nerves of Steel to help pay for our stuff. A lot of little upgrades. We have our Endurance. We have 1 Ready for a Fight. Only 1 X gene this time. I wanted to try to get the deck to maximum 42, 43 cards, or else I would have added extra ones. All right, we also have the Honorary X-Men, the Death Focus, the Dauntless, Armored Vests, Change of Fortune, Unflappable, Too Hard to Ignores, Electrostatic Armor, pinned down. And obviously, we have the Sorcerer Supreme, we have the Specialized Training. And for this deck, I didn't want to use him in the aggression build, but we're going to use him here. We are going to bring in Cosmo. So this is going to give us Cosmo, the only ally aside from Colossus, who's trapped under the prison. But like I said, this deck really, I really want to show focus on what magic can do, not what allies can do. So the other strategy that I talked about that you use Children of the Atom with Rogue and Polaris, Nightcrawler, Servant Protect. We're not going to focus on that one here. I really want to showcase what the hero can do. So that is the deck. If you want to take a picture, if you want to take a look at it, it's 43 cards or 42 cards. I can't remember. And it's really, really solid. Right. Here we are. We are ready to fight Zola on Expert. All right. So first of all, we have 2 test subjects here. We have the Hydra Prison because this is all part of the setup. We have 0 threat here. We have 2. And we have an Ultimate Bio Servant in front of us. We are good to go on that note. And we have the encounter deck all nice and shuffled. The Ransacked Armory, which is a very cool set to go with the Hydra minions. All right, this should be ready. All right, here we go. So let's see what our opening hand. So we got 1. We got the Dauntless. That's Retaliate 4. Oh, there you go. Paying for our stuff is also good. Oh, and then the Limbo Time. Oh, man. Okay, that is super good. We are going to get rid of Dauntless and this. I think we are going to keep this. We're going to pitch 2, draw 2. 1. Ah, the Cosmo Dog. Oh, so many good cards to choose from. And I don't have a spell to bring back. So that's a little unfortunate. So I'm paying for my guy, my Limbo, but then I'm going to have to lose it. Okay, so I have to choose. All right. So I can put down 3 cards, and I'll be able to have. I think I can have Unflappable, Armored Vest, Endurance, and Limbo, but I'm losing Cosmo, which is still pretty good, but it's okay. And I won't be able to deal with that. Okay, so we're gonna flip. Wait, yeah, we're gonna flip up, and for one, it's a wild. It's a wild energy. Okay, we're gonna spend 1 for Limbo. We're gonna use our Limbo to put. You know what? We're gonna put Cosmo on top. Yeah, I'm going to use the defensive energy and my reduction to put down Cosmo. Oh, that's a nice. Uh, I am going to use the armored vest. Oh my God, Steve, what are you doing? I am going to use the endurance to play the armor, the unflappable. Yep, yep. Oh, Steve, I'm making choices here. I'm making choices. All right, making choices. All right, I am going to take a consequence damage from this guy, and then I'm going to get rid of the test subjects. And then, oh no, it's the worst one. Please don't let it be the +2/+2. No, it's the defensive programming. So he has 7 health, and okay, that's not too bad. Okay, and then let's start our game. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Sorcerer Supreme 4 and 5. And then we get to look at the top card. Oh, you know what? We're going to keep that there because we play it for free. It's very cool. All right, so we don't need to limbo rock anywhere. All right, we're going to add 1 threat to the main scheme. Main scheme is going to go to 1. All right. Then Zola wants to attack. We're going to use our ability to play this card for free. Nice. So we have a defensive 4. He wants to attack us for exactly 4. So we take no damage. Unflappable triggers. We draw a card and we get 1 on top. Nice. And this is after the villain phase begins. Okay, after it begins. But does that mean I can do it at any time? Or do I have to do it now? So I'm kind of like the questioning here when I can do this. Does it have to be after the villain phase begins exactly? Yes. Because after the villain phase begins, and then that has to be exhaust limbo. So I think that's when the timing is. Then I'll take 3 from these guys, and then I will go down to 7. All right, and then my 1 encounter card. Is it going to be 1 or is it going to be under fire with 2? It is under fire with 2. Dude, you know, when you've played this game so long, you have these stupid feelings, and these stupid feelings, they often come true. Then what do I get? Ruler of Limbo. Oh no, that's from the other game. Oh, dang it. All right, so I gotta. So that doesn't work. All right, so I'm gonna. The under fire is good. It's true. I forgot. Why did I put that in? Oh, because it was in the other thing. I mistakenly shuffled the what's it called? Oh no, I was like, oh wait, where is my nemesis set? I didn't even pay attention to it, and I was like, oh, they're all together. Oh, I shuffled in my nemesis set. That's silly mistake. Sometimes you do when you're like trying to go too fast to do these videos. All right, doesn't matter. All right, here we go. And then we get under fire with 2 encounter cards. There you go. First one is another test subject. Let's go. And a bioservant. Let's go. Okay, we got tough guys for days. Okay, so what do we do, Mr. Magoo? So we're not exhausted anymore. We're ready because we had the desperate defense and then we took 3 damage. The only thing we had was this. All right. And I didn't play the shield spell. All right, so I think here we're going to use our Limbo Rock to put down Sorcerer Supreme and trade. All right, let's go. We're going to use the shield spell to play the Sorcerer Supreme for 1 cheaper. All right, that's awesome sauce. We're going to put an honorary X-Men on us. So now we're going to go up to 8. All right. Cosmo is going to remove 1 threat. 1 threat. That's an event. We're going to find another dude. It's a quick strike, dude. Oh, crap. This gets discarded. We have a mental here. Oh, but that's actually really good because I am going to use Sylvan Scrying to play Magic Barrier. And I'm going to prevent. And because it's a wild, it's going to deal 3 damage. This guy dies right away. I take no damage. I'll use the Armored Vest to play the Mystical Armor. And that is a great great second turn. There we go. 1. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 cards now. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Okay. Oh yeah, we forgot to put our first counter here. Okay, so we only have 3 guys to deal with, but now that we have Retaliate, this is going to make this even go way, way faster. Okay, so we have the Repass, and then we have Magic Barrier, so maybe we can just kill this guy. Okay, and then we have our top card reveal, which is a Stepping Disc. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we are going to Limbo Rock and put the X Gene on top. All right, because that means we're going to trigger everything with a wild resource on top, means anything that we have activates. All right, Zola is going to add a threat to the main, so it's going to go, the main scheme's going to go to 2 out of 6. I have my armor, so I am also steady. No, that's not my armor. It's what's the one? The cloak? I forget which one it is that gives me the crown that gives me steady. All right, and then we're going to put a test subject counter here. All right, now he wants to attack me for 2. I think I am going to just wait, because what does this one say? When an enemy initiates an attack, prevent 3 damage. All right, so I have to do it now. Doodly-doo. I don't have this power. I don't have that. Okay. I think I'm just going to take the hit from Zola. He has 7 health. That would be 3 damage, 4, 5. 3, 6, 7. I can kill this guy if I just take these 2. All right, so I'm going to take the hit from Zola, which is 3 damage. So I will go down to 5. It's a good thing I have that honorary X-Men. Okay. Then this guy wants to attack me. I am going to trigger Magic Barrier. And because the top card is, because this is an interrupt, when you spend this card to play defense, this is an interrupt. So I'm going to layer the stacks. So I'm going to deal 3 damage here. Boom, boom, boom. That happens. I prevent 3 damage. I get to draw a card. Then I have to exhaust, and I will play the. Am I using X Gene? I think I am using the X Gene. Yeah. To play the Repost, and that's going to deal 3, and then he's going to die from my Retaliate for 1. I took no damage. I get to draw a card. All right, perfect. And then these clowns are going to hit me each for 1, so I'm down to 3. All right, I might have to sacrifice Cosmo if he attacks me again. Exhaustion Surge. I'm already exhausted. Into a bio guy. All right. We got some servants for days. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to use... Man, I really want to do the electrostatic armor, but there's so many things I want to do, but I think I need to do Stepping Disc here. There's 2 threat on the main. I am going to use my Exorcism to play a stepping disc, which allows me to re-put the exorcism back on top. Is that what I want on top? Or do I want my scrying? Let's put, yeah, I think we're just going to put the exorcism back on top. And then I got to ready. I'm going to spend the electrostatic armor and the pin down. Oh, wait. Oh, no, wait. I use my ability with the electrostatic armor to exercise, remove 4 threat from the prison. I'll get Colossus. Hydra prison is gone. That is done. Oh, wait. I had retaliate. So these two lost their thing. All right. Then I'm going to pin one of these clowns. I'll just pin the guy with the top down. Then I will. I'm at 3 health. Do I go? I don't want to go down unless I can confuse him. So I'm gonna punch this guy down for 2. So he's almost dead. And then I'm gonna say event, and Cosmo is gonna deal a damage to him. So he's gonna die. And then so I still have 3 enemies to deal with, but I'll be good. And then top card is a soul strike, and then let's go. So 2, 2, 4, and 6. So we have the change of fortune, and we have our helmet, and we have lightning for defense. Oh my god, this is so good. And then we'll be able to put Colossus in front so he can block, he can defend the villain. So good. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, here we go. We're adding 1 threat to the main scheme. So the main is going to go to 3 out of 6. And then we're going to add, so we're going to look for a minion. Please don't be a quick strike one, because that's going to mess up my stuff. All right, Armored Guard. Everyone likes to be tough here, so I love that the retaliate is actually paying off so much right now. Okay, when the villain phase begins, poof, I'm going to swap this and Colossus. So good. Now, the villain wants to initiate an attack. I'm going to reduce the cost of Colossus. And I'm going to use Soul Strike and Hard to Ignore for 2. I'm going to play him as the defender. And then this is going to shuffle back in. And then he's going to lose his tough. All right. And then this gets this gets shuffled in right here. Okay, now what do I want to use? This gets on top. Oh, I'll get to use this for free. Yay. Now I'll get the piercing as well. Yeah, I need to be at 3. So he's attacking me for 0. So we're going to take his damage, and he will just lose his retaliate. Then he wants to attack me for 1. So I have 3. So I'm going to have to defend. Okay, and I don't have a change of fortune, so unfortunately I have to choose. All right, I am going to defend here. He will die. Okay, then I have 2 more to do, and I will go down to 1. Let's go. All right, should I ready? I think I should have readied. Ah, it's too late now. It's too late now. All right, and then my 1 encounter card is a Mind Ray. Oh, of course. I get stunned, and then he attacks, so Colossus will defend for 3, and Colossus will leave the battlefield. Unfortunately. Okay. Me being stunned, super annoying. This guy lost his stuff, and this guy took a damage. All right, I'm at 1 health. That's not cool. I will use my ability to play this on top. There we go. Oh, yes. Oh, shoot. I would have drawn a card because I took no damage. I forgot. I keep forgetting. What did I do? I think I forgot to draw one card. I would have drawn. Yeah, I took no damage. I would have drawn this. This should have been on top because of the unflappable. Okay. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my sword and a desperate defense. Put down my crown, so now I'm only half confused, half stunned. I'll be able to take one of these guys out. I am going to use my soul strike and my cost reduction to play flow like water. I'm going to keep my change of fortune. I'm going to lose the main scheme, but that's okay. I have to flip down. So I'm going to flip down. Wait, I should know what the top card is. It's an upgrade, so I will just three. It doesn't matter. The main is going to pop anyway. I'm just going to deal the damage on this guy, the clone. Yeah, there you go. All right, and then the upgrade gets discarded. All right, and then there we go. So we get to ready, 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 steady, Freddy. We're pretty good. There we go. Ah, nice. Two, four, five, six cards. There's a stepping disc, which allows me to bring back Colossus, which allows me to do all the combos that I kind of want to do. Okay, so we got what we need. So we have one card left in our deck, which is great. All right, we're adding one threat, one of these. He's gonna scheme, so it's gonna go to 4, 5, 6. Add a test subject counter, which is perfect because now it pops. Because it pops, I remove all the test subject counters. It starts at 1, so I'll bring it back down to 1. So it's gonna go to 2 and then 1 out of 8. This is one of those places where like, okay, it's okay to lose the main scheme. I have to. Do I search? When real, each player searches the encounter deck. So I get to search for what I want. So I'm going to go get one of those guys that quick strikes because they scheme for 0. There you go. Easy, cheesy, cleavy. And then 2 more threat are going to go up from the minions. So that's going to go to 3. And then our encounter card is a defensive programming. So these guys with the most health is this one. So now he's punching for 2, but he's now punching for 0. All right. Okay, baby cakes, what do we do? All right, we're gonna recover, go to 4, that's for sure. Main scheme, no, hero goes to 4. All right, then we are going to flip up. And as we flip up, we will put some cards back on top. I, oh man, as much as I want to play Colossus right now, I think getting rid of these train of minions is what I need to do. I have to put a spell card back. So the spell cards that I have are Soul Strike. All right, so I'm just gonna put Soul Strike on top. Okay. Then I'm gonna Limbo Rock and switch Soul Strike with a Change of Fortune. All right, I will use my ability to play Change of Fortune for free. Then my top card is Stepping Disc. All right. Let's. How do we kill these guys? How do we kill? All right, we're gonna use Ready for a Fight to play Death Focus. Death Focus is going to Stepping Disc, Ready Up, and give me a Colossus on top. Colossus goes back on top of my deck. Perfect. That's kind of where you want Colossus. You want him on top of your deck. Okay, then I am going to zappity zap and don't talk back. I punch for 2. So I can get rid of one of the I can get rid of 2 minions right now, which is not too shabby. And then I just chill with my friend. Or I thwart for 2 off the main, which goes back down to 1. Or I confuse the villain and there's no more threat on the main. And I kill a minion. I think that's probably the best thing. Yeah, so I'll specialize training in Soul Strike, and I'll remove all the threat from the main scheme. So that's always the main concern. Just keep that at 0 now that we're here, and good. And then we get the confused. So now if we do decide to go down, we're good. Then we can punch for 2. Let's get rid of this armored clown. He is Gonzo's. So now we only have 3 minions to deal with. We have Colossus that's going to soak up the attack. We're semi-stunned. We're taking an extra encounter card because we are decking out. But now we have our stepping disc as well. So Colossus is going to be able to do multiple activations. And this is going to be... All right, so let's shuffle up these cards. All right, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so we have the energy for the Desperate Defense, which is going to allow us to draw more cards. We got the Lightning that gives us a +1 defense again, so we're even in better shape. All right, so very, very cool. All right, so here we go. So first things first, we're going to add 1 threat to the main scheme, goes to 1. Then we're going to add a test subject counter, goes to 1. Then we're going to use Limbo to put Colossus on top of our deck and switch. Then Zola wants to attack. So we are going to use our reduction. And yeah, I think our reduction, hard to ignore in our armored vest to put down Colossus, who's going to soak up the first hit and place a pursuit counter. All right. Then that's going to go and flip back up. All right, it's a physical. Then we are going to play. Then we're going to take 1 damage from him. We'll go down to 3. And is that how we're going to make it work? 1. Oh, I need to retaliate 2. Oh, I'm so close. All right, that wouldn't work for this one. All right, so I'll take the 1 damage from him. So 3. All right. Then I'm going to take 0 damage from him. And then I'm going to Desperate Defense. That's going to deal him a damage for attacking me. And then I get to ready. And then I get to draw a card. There's a stepping disc, which is also good. I took no damage. I'll get to draw a card. And then I'll retaliate. All right, then I have to deal with 2 encounter cards. First one is Tech Gauntlets. The most remaining hit points is him. So now this guy's going to become a problem. So now he's attacking for 1, 2, 3 with overkill, but -2 is 1. And then I'm getting, after your turn begins, discard the top card of your deck, place 1 pursuit counter for every resource. So not too shabby, but a little annoying. So I'm going to discard this, place a pursuit counter. And then we get to reveal this one. All right, well, we're going to put down the specialized training for free. And then we have our mental up. All right, so there's actually 4 threat there. Oh, man. That's so good. So what we are going to do is we're going to thwart for 2. Colossus is going to thwart for 2. So that goes down to 1. Cosmo is going to discard this event and thwart the final one. Oh, there's the exorcism. And then specialized training is done. And I think I'm just going to go get the frontline specialist and gain 4 health. Done. I am going to use Def Focus to play a stepping stone, which allows me to ready. And I'm going to put, I'll just put the Soul Strike back on top. All right. Then, I will punch for 2 right here. So these guys have both been used. All right. I have to discard an identity specific. Yeah. All right. So I'll use Ready for a Fight to play Endurance and go up to 10. He's confused, so that's okay. I will flip down. I will pitch Stepping Disc to get rid of drawing nearer. And then we're good. He schemes for 0. He schemes for... So I'm only adding 2 threats. All right. And then we know what these cards are. So 2, 2, 4, 5, 6. Oh, and then we have the XG now. Nice. Okay, so we'll be able to play it now. Oh, right. My camera. What happened? I must have knocked it. Oh, we haven't done damage to... Oh, yeah, we should have done damage to Zola because we have Retaliate. I forgot it. It's okay. I just forgot it. But now I won't forget that I have to deal damage to Zola. All right, here we go. Main scheme. Main scheme is going to go to 2 out of 8. Well, it's actually going to go to 4 because these guys are going to scheme, and he is confused. The experimental counter is at 2. Pursue bypass is at 2. And then my encounter card is a master plan. So we're going to find until we get a side scheme. Did we see any? I can't remember in the deck if we saw any. It's going to be the last card or the before last card. Nope. So we didn't see any. We just get an acceleration. All right. So that is, I call that cheese mode. But it's still problematic because we are now doubling up on certain things. Doubling up on the threat could mean loss. Okay. So we wanted to try to finish that earlier, but it's okay. It wasn't possible. So everyone's ready. All right. So I think what we're going to do is going to use a Soul Strike to put down an X gene. Now that's going to be great because now we get to pay for our stuff, which that is going to be cheaper. All right. We're not even going back up. We're just going to flip right back up, and then we're going to put stepping a Soul Strike on top. Yeah, because that's one of the only spell we can use, so we're going to use that on top. We're going to use the X gene and our discount to do the Soul Strike. We don't have a mental, so we're going to deal 4 damage right here. Okay. Colossus. Oh yeah, so he's got 6, 7, 8, 9 health. Colossus is going to punch for 2. All right. Do I need the exorcism? This is going to win the game later. Def Focus can play the Stepping Disc and give me more thwart. All right, so I'm going to thwart for 2. No, I'm only thwarting for 1. Oh, rats. Then I am going to punch for 2 on this other guy right here. So he's down to 8. I'm going to use Def Focus, Stepping Disc, put this underneath. All right, and then ready. Boom, boom, boom. I am then going to thwart for 2 off the main scheme. So that's now down to 2. And then I will use, you know what? I think I'm just going to punch this guy for 2. I'll kill him instead. And then I'll use the exorcism. I'll spend 2 to do the exorcism. which is a mental. So now he'll be confused again. So that can save my butt in a pinch. Okay, so all these guys, and then I'm not going to use Cosmo right now because I kind of want him. Okay, all right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's my sword. There's a repost. Oh, nice. So this is lightning. Everything is good. All right, here we go. We're adding 2 threats to the main. So it's already at 2 because I forgot to get rid of it. We're adding a third one on Zola. So we're going to find a dude. It's an armored guard. Perfect. All right, Zola wants to attack. Colossus is going to take the hit. Actually, you know what? No. No, no, no. I'm going to use my X gene for 1 to do a magic barrier. And because it's a lightning, I'm going to prevent and deal 3, 4. So, and then he's going to attack me for 3. So I'll take no damage, but I'm going to deal retaliate. Flow like water, that's 2 plus 3 is 5 damage to Zola. I gotta start killing him. So Zola is now down to 9. All right, here we go. Zola's down to 9, and I didn't even have to do anything about that. Okay, then, no, and then. And then my minions are gonna attack. All right. So you know what? Colossus is gonna block the mutate. He's gonna die. I'm gonna take the 1 damage from him. Oh wait, I took no damage. Sorry, I would have drawn a card. There you go. Then, and then I'm going to take 1 damage from him. He's going to die. And because I took a damage, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to draw 3 cards. So 1 from this, 2, 3. Awesome sauce. This gets revealed. Ah, this is the shield spell. And then I'm going to exhaust with an exorcism to play the repost. That's flow like water. And then that's going to kill this guy. Nice. But I am exhausted. I drew all my cards. This died, this died, this died, this died. All right, encounter card. A mutate, which is going to find something to equip itself with. Oh no, it's the jetpack. Uh-oh. When an attachment would take any damage from an attack. Oh, so good. I discard the top card, and does he get... No. And then it reduces the damage. So this one's only at 5, and he takes reduced damage from attacks, which is okay because we're not really going to attack him that much. All right, we're going to use our limbo to put down our sword. And then sword comes in for free. So good. Then we have our repost, and then we're just going to go crazy here. We're going to spend 2 to play Nerves of Steel. We're going to use our shield spell to play Dauntless. So now, and then we're at 10 health. So now we have Retaliate 2, which is Amazeballs. And then we'll have like 5 defense events. So we're going to be able to just go crazy. The main scheme is at 2. The villain is confused. I think I can risk going down to Alter Ego, but I don't think I want to, so I'm not. I feel like that would be a mistake. Just in case he gets the I'm gonna scheme stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good stuff, because look at this. I get an extra card. And that could be the card that makes me lose if I'm not careful. So you always gotta think of that when you're playing the game. And see the plug for my own channel at the same time. All right, so we have the electrostatic armor. The final piece that we need to just kind of, because we 100% own this game right now. All right, yeah, because we're just going to be desperate defensing, killing stuff. All right, we're going to use our limbo rock, desperate defense instead of electrostatic armor here. All right, first things first. Zola wants to attack us. We're going to use our gene, our X gene, to play the magic barrier, which is going to deal him a damage. And then he gets a tough. So I so I get a tough. Now he gets a tough. And no, it's 3 damage, and then he gets the boost card. Yeah, so he was going to take 4, and then is going to lose the tough to retaliate. 2. He loses 4, so he's down to 5. So yeah, so the order of things, so like it's the way that things are worded, right? So whenever an enemy initiates, so he hasn't attacked yet. So when an enemy initiates, prevent 3 of the damage from the attack, and if the top card is lightning, it is a lightning. I'll deal 3 damage. So flow like water did the first damage, then this is going to do 3 damage. So that's the 4 damage that I do. Then he gets his boost card for attacking me. So he's attacking me for 2. I prevent 3. Nothing happens. It said gives him a boost card. He gets the tough status card. And then I have Retaliate 2, which is going to deal him a dino. All right, so that is what happened. Okay, easy money. And I forget why that is there. Okay, so then this guy wants to attack me, and I am just going to use Nerves of Steel to do a desperate defense. So I'll get to ready again. I'll kill him. I took no damage from his attack. I should have drawn the desperate defense. I took no damage from him, and then I draw 2 cards for eliminating a minion. And then I have Colossus, and whenever an enemy attacks me, so that's awesome. I could also use this again. So what I'm going to do here, this is a spell. This is a spell. I think I'm going to use. It's a wild. Yeah, I will use my scrying to do a magic barrier. Uh, because it's a wild, I'm going to deal 1. It's not an attack. I'm going to deal 3. It's not an attack. And then he doesn't get a boost, so I don't lose anything. And then he dies to retaliate. And that is how you clean up Zola. So good. And then I get 2 encounter cards. So the first one is Dark Child. What does Dark Child do? Exhaust Ilian. Okay, so I'm gonna flip down and exhaust and get rid of it. That's gone. And then the next one is test subjects. All right, good stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'm exhausted. I can do that. I can just flip up and I will put crying on top of my deck. Yeah, because it is a spell. So what I am going to do is I'm going to use scrying. I'll look at the top 3 cards of my deck. I'll draw 1, discard 1, and put 1 back on the deck. So I look at 1, 2, 3, discard 1, draw 1, put 1 back on top of my deck. Easy money. All right. Let's then play Colossus for 2. He comes in with a tough. We'll use Exorcism and Repost to play him. All right. And then. Colossi. I wish I had my stepping dice. I really want to do it. All right. Colossus will just remove the test subject. And then he'll be exhausted. And then I'll find a dude. It's a mutate, which is going to get. Is going to get a flamethrower. So he's got attachment and attacks deal indirect damage. So he's attacking for 5. All right. So I am really, really hoping I could have played that repost. So nothing here. 5 indirect damage. All right. So you know what? I am going to keep the repost because that's going to just kill him when he attacks me. I am going to use the desperate defense to play the electrostatic armor. So that for sure. So now I have technically retaliate 3. And I'll just pitch the hard to ignore because the threat is seemingly under control. I'm going to say event, and I will remove 1 threat from the main. Unless I forgot to add 2 threat to the main and it's at 5. You know what? I am not sure. I can't remember. So when in doubt, just add threat. So I think I'm gonna put it back to 3. So it's gonna go to 5 here. I might be just jinxing myself, but hopefully I don't mess this up. Villain's confused anyway, and then this guy's coming in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There, the stepping discs, and again all together. All right, and then the top card is this guy. All right, here we go. So we have a physical for our top card. Okay, we're adding 2 threat, which is done. We're adding a minion counter, which is here. Zola wants to attack me. I think Zola is gonna just suck it up with Colossus. That's 5. Good job, Colossus. Thank you for being there. And I can just bring you back on the next one. He wants to attack me though. I am going to defend. I am going to use a Soul Strike to do a repost. Um, which is going to deal him 1 damage first. And I have a defense of 3. No, I have a defense of 2. Do I have a armored vest in there? And he's dealing indirect damage. Oh, you dummy, Steve! You could have done something else. Yeah, that was not a smart play. All right, okay. So now I'm going to be taking a lot of damage. Oh no 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 no! Rats. Okay, so when it defends against an attack, you get +2 defense, and if you take no damage, oh no! Oh, that was such a bad play. Such a bad play. Okay, well that happens. Okay, so I have +2 defense, so I'm at 4 defense. So I'm taking 1 damage. Rats. I thought I had the armored vest, and I'm like, nope, there's no armored vest, and I didn't limbo anything, so yeah, that sucks. All right, so I'll take 1 damage. I'll go down to 9. Go down to 9. So so silly, so silly. Um, oh, oh wait, if I take no damage, I kill Cosmo. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I will take no damage because it says it deals it in indirect damage. The flamethrower says attachment attacks deal indirect damage. So I will do 1 damage to Cosmo, so that's 1, and I prevent 4, so I took no damage. Then I'm going to deal 3 damage to him, and then I'm going to deal the extra damage from my retaliate 2, and then another damage. So he dies. All right. So now a couple things happen. I took no damage. I trigger 1, 2, 3 cards. So I draw 3. So 1, 2, 3. All right. Then I get to do this. Nothing else happens, I believe. No. And then encounter card is a Mind Ray. So now I'm going to take some damage. So I am fully stunned now. And he's attacking for 2 and add a test subject counter. So I'll only take 2 damage. I retaliate only for 1 now. So Zola is now, I take 1 damage. I go down to 9. The villain goes down to 4 because I have retaliate. And now I'm fully stunned, which is unfortunate. And then I draw a card from Frontline Specialists. All right, so there's all my event cards. Okay, and then there's nothing more I can play here. All right, so I'm stunned. So I'm going to use my Def Focus to do a stepping disc. And I'm going to put Colossus back on top of my deck. I get to ready. I get to get rid of my stun. I am going to use Pin Down to play Ready for a Fight. I am then going to spend 2 resources and play from the top of my library a Colossus. And then he comes in with a tough. All right. I'm going to use X Gene to play a stepping disc. I'm going to ready my hero. And I'm going to put Exorcism back on top. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to put Exorcism. I'm going to put the Scrying back on top. This is a mental, right? Yeah. I put the Scrying back on top. So I'm going to thwart for 2 from the main. It's going to go down to 3. Um, choose a magic card in your discard pile, not names to be put on top. I'm going to use Defensive Energy to ready up and play a Stepping Disc. I'm going to put the Soul Strike on top, which is another mental. And I'm going to thwart for another 2 off the main. It's going to go down to 1. Actually, no. Colossus will remove 2 from the main. I will flip down and recover 3. So I go back up to 12. All right, here we go. So now we know where we are. I think we're going to defeat the villain on this turn. And then we should be good. And then I think it's just going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There it is. Extra encounter card. He's confused. All right, Limbo's ready. Everything's ready. Ready, 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 steady. All right, here we go. We're gonna find a minion. Find a minion. Find a minion. Find a minion. There you go. It's an armored clown. All right, not too hard. He's he's confused. The main scheme is back up at 3. All right, now 2 cards. First one is +2/+2. Let's go. Dark design. Place 1 pursuit, and then the villain would scheme. So then we're going to place a trap, and then I'm going to say nay. I'm going to be ready for a fight, and then he wants to attack me instead. All right, and then are we ready? Yes, we are. Okay, we are going to defend his attack, and then we are going to use our this to do repost. So we're going to get a defense of, oh wait, we need to see our top card. It is a mental, so it's not what we want. So we're going to have a defense of 4. He's attacking for exactly 4. So we take no damage. We deal him 1. Then we deal him 3, which he dies. Flips. So yeah, so I deal 1 from flow. So he goes down to 3. Then I took no damage from his attack. I search the encounter deck and discard pile for test subjects. No, that's number 2. What's number 3? Each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a minion, reveals it, shuffles the encounter deck. All right, perfect. So I'm gonna find here. Let's make it interesting. We're gonna get a mutate, and we're gonna reveal it. So we're gonna get a big minion that's gonna get a thing to put on top. What is he getting? He's getting +1 attack and this. All right. Then, so we defeated the villain. So all these things are going to trigger. That's done. That's done. That's done. He schemed for 0, so that was fine. That was this. This was that. So yeah. So we defeated the villain. All right. So we did the 3 damage. So that was 4. So he's dead. Then retaliate. I have 12 health. So retaliate 2. Zola is at 14. He starts at 16. Retaliate 2. Because Dauntless and my thing. And then Electrostatic Armor deals him an extra 1. So he's down to 13. Okay. Cool. All right. There we go. Then we got Cosmo Dog on top. All right, let's take a look at what we can do here. We want to finish. Oh yeah, sorry. No, now I have to draw 3 cards because I killed an enemy during the villain turn. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. So this one stays on. All right. Ah, nice, 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 nice. All right, so let's start killing stuff. We are going to do X Gene, and I don't think we need end the pin down. We're going to do a Soul Strike. So we're going to deal 4 damage to this guy. And he gets, does he get +3? Yeah. So he's got 8 health. So he's got 4 health left. And then he gets stunned, unfortunately. Okay. Then we didn't play the top card of our, did we? No, we did not play the top card of our deck. We're going to play Scrying. So we're going to look at the top 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll put one here, and then Stepping Disc. All right. How much spells on the main? 3. This is pretty simple. Okay. Let's play something from the top of our deck. We'll limbo the Armored Vest from the top, and then we'll just play it. Now I have my 4 defense. This goes to our hand. And then we have Mental. All right. He has 5 health. And we have Piercing, though. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to use our Death Focus to do a Stepping Disc. We're going to ready up. And we're going to put Magic Barrier on top. Oh, that's going to give me a +1 attack. So I'm going to be able to attack for 3 with Piercing. So we are going to do that. 3 with Piercing. And then Colossus will finish him off. And he'll take a damage and be exhausted. All right, now what do we do? Man, we have so many good cards. All right, we're going to use Shield Spell to play a Stepping Disc. And then we'll put, what do we put on top? We'll just put the Soul Strike on top. And now we'll thwart the main for 2. It's back down to 1. And then, do we play Cosmo? We don't really need Cosmo. Yeah, we'll spend 2. We'll play Cosmo. And we'll say Attachment. It's a minion. So Cosmo will take 1, and this guy will take 1. So he's at 5 out of 8. All right, cool. Let's go. And then we'll just draw our hand. And then we'll finish this on our turn. This is beautiful. Look, so much control. All right. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And the top card is Desperate Defense. Let's go. All right, we're adding 2 threat to the main, so it goes back up to 3. Goes to 3. Zola, and we're adding a zombie counter. Zola wants to attack us. We're going to just use this to play. Actually, we're going to use this, and we're going to do a Magic Barrier. We don't have a guard, so that's going to deal him 1 damage. The villain, you're going to go down to 12 because of Flow Like Water. Then because it's a lightning, it's going to deal him 3. He's down to 9. Then he's attacking for 3. I take no damage. I retaliate for 2 and electrostatic armor for 3, so he's down to 6. Because I took no damage, Unflappable will trigger. I'll draw a card, which is the Desperate Defense. There's another Magic Barrier that I can just play for free from the top of my deck. Okay, he wants to attack, he's stunned. And then encounter card is a Bioservant. Oh, so sad for you, my friend. So sad. All right, so let's have some fun here. Let's just kill him on the villain's turn. I think that's what we do. Okay, we're gonna Limbo Rock. Put a Soul Strike on top. We're gonna use our Hard to Ignores, and the discount, we're gonna do Soul Strike for 4. Let's kill this guy. He's out. Let's just clean house. And then oh yeah, we need to reveal. There's a lightning, so I still have piercing. So I'm going to just pierce for 2. And then Colossus will take care of the minion. He's gone. Are we almost clear? Are we almost clear? We're so close. Can't do this one, can't do that one. We have Exorcism on top. Already limboed. All right. I think we'll just keep our hand and just laugh because we're gonna so kill him on our turn. Yeah, we'll pitch the Soul Strike and we'll pitch the Exorcism to remove a threat, so it's down to 2. All right, and then we're gonna finish this. The top card is another repo. Oh my god! All right, we're gonna double repost him at the end. All right, there you go. This is the best way to finish this game. All right, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Oh my god, so much defense. It's so good. All right, here we go. He's adding 2 threat. Who cares? He wants to initiate an attack against us. Like we could just kill him right away with the magic barrier, but we're gonna defend. We're gonna repost, and then we're gonna desperate defense, and then we're gonna repost. So just on this one, we're doing. Uh, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage just with the events. Then because of all of our retaliates. So we're going to retaliate 2. So that's 5. That's 6, 7, 8 because we defended. And then, yeah, and then the reposts are 3 each. So 8, that's 11, that's 14 damage. That's pretty good. 14 damage on the villain turn for defending. And then again, we could have one-shotted him. And then we draw cards, and then more shenanigans happen. But that was it. As you can see, even with Zola, tons of minions, everything else. The game did take an hour, so I'm not just gonna say it was a quick game, but I'm playing on expert, and I had no allies to save my butt. Anyway, so there you go. So, but the allies did come in handy once you play Colossus. I then just kind of use Colossus as a game changer because he just keeps coming up and blocking for you. This was super fun. I got to do what I wanted to do. Um, but yeah, and I just messed up one thing in the build. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I really love protection. I think Magic with protection with the retaliate was very, very cool to play with the reposts and everything. Definitely some high synergy here. And again, in multiplayer, you could definitely check out the other build that I showcased on the other one. All right, let's go do some justice. All right, for our justice build, we're going to face off against Magneto, but we are going to use our flow like a butterfly strategy. So again, our object is going to be to keep Magneto confused and then to be able to deal extra damage with everything we do. So again, we're going to be focusing on the wild resources. We got 2 digging deeps. We brought them back. We didn't play them in protection, but in justice, we're going to bring them back. We're running the 2 powers of justice and the 2 passions for justice to get a little bit more thwart. Just in case we need it. Again, we're running the 2 spiritual meditations. So we had cut them out in the protection deck. We're bringing them back for justice. I brought back Face the Past because here we're going to be enjoying that as well. Of course, the Sorcerer Supreme, the Death Focus. We have the 1 copy of the First Aid. We are also running Children of the Atom. We're running 1 copy of Gunboat Diplomacy. Again, the main deck, I don't want to focus just on Gunboat Diplomacy, even though it's an amazing card with Magic and with pretty much any other character. It's super good. So we're going to keep that just to 1 copy just to do what we need to do. We're running the Zone of Silence. Obviously, we're running Heroic Intuition. We are running a Symbiote suit. We haven't played it yet, so I figured, you know what, let's do the Justice thing and let's bring a symbiote suit in. We're running an honorary X-Men, either for ourselves or for our character that we want to pump up, which is going to be Wolfsbane. She's going to be one of our key characters. After she thwarts, we'll name a card and then put those cards in our hand. We are running Chamber and Dazzler. as well for extra damage and some more confusion. We're running the X-Jet, but we're not going to get the X-Jet until we get our build support. Again, specialized training to get one of the one of these specialties. I'm not sure if it's going to be the if it might be the attack one, it might be the protection the thwart one. Who knows? We'll see how the game develops. And then we have two X genes. So this is a 27 card deck. But again, I'm running two copies of this. So two spiritual meditations. And what did I tell you about spiritual meditation? It's a free card. So basically, I still have a 25 card deck because I have that spiritual meditation. So all right, let's go take on the big bag mag. All right. Let's face off against the master of douchebags, Magneto. Magneto does come into play with a tough status card. We got Asteroid M at 1. He's got 20 health. Boarding party at 3, but Magneto can't take more than 6 damage per player. So damage doesn't matter in the beginning. All right, that's the counter deck. All right, and hopefully it's not a Shadows turn 1. Okay, let's see what we can get with our lovely deck of Magic Injustice. All right. So I did choose a very hard scenario to play off this strategy. Magneto is steady, so the stun and confuse is going to be problematic. He also has an armor and a cloak that can prevent him from being stunned and confused. Limbo and a van turn 1. Oh my god. 2, 4, and 6. Oh my god. Why? Why? So good. This is so good. I'm just gonna keep my hand. Do I have a spell? I do have a spell. Play X Gene. Use first aid to play Limbo. Flip up. Put a spell on top. Use Limbo. That's 3 games. 3 games in a row. Where I get if I mulligan into Limbo. I didn't really mulligan into Limbo. I got it on my opening hand again. I feel like that's cheating. I feel like you guys think I'm cheating. All right, no. I am not going to start with Limbo. All right, we had Limbo in the first 2 games. Let's shuffle again. All right, cards from the top, cards here, and cards there, and then there we go. So now, if I get it again, though, I'm just a good player. I'm just kidding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 5, 6. All right. So we don't want any of these except for the stepping disc and spiritual. 1, 2. Oh, and a face to pass turn 1. Oh, I like that. Okay. That could be good because I have the Soul Strike too, so that could be also very good. Okay. I'm gonna use spiritual meditation. I'm gonna draw 2. Another stepping disc. Ugh. Nothing yellow to play. So I guess I keep the stepping discs. Right. We're gonna flip up and we're gonna put a soul strike on top. Now when I use my ability, I'm gonna put this shield marker here. All right, I am going to use symbiote suit. And I guess my mystical armor to play Magic's Crown. I am going to thwart for 2 off of the boarding party. And then I'm going to play face to pass right away. Boom. I'm going to ready and draw 3. And the top card is a Zone of Silence. Ooh. All right. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to punch Belasco for 2. And I'm going to do a Soul Strike. And he's going to die. I don't like using all 3 of my stepping. Did I see? No, I have one more stepping disc. I haven't used my ability here, so I'm going to use a stepping disc to play for a stepping disc. And I'm going to put my armor, and I'm going to use my ability to play the armor, and I'm going to thwart the boarding party to the sabotage master. Okay, that was a pretty okay turn. 2, 4, and 5, and the top card is a mental. Okay. Now I can die here very easily because if if he attacks me 3 times in a row, I'm dead. All right. We're gonna add 1 threat to the main scheme. It's gonna go to 2. He's gonna attack. I'm just gonna take the first hit for 3, and if this is an attack, defeats an ally. So I'm gonna go down to 7. Sometimes you gotta risk the first hit, and then he gets a magnetic counter. First card was it's gonna surge, Shadow of the Past. So Ruler of Limbo goes and gets me Limbo. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Turn 1. Turn 1, baby, all the time. Turn 1. And then this guy and Surge, I'm gonna defeat the Sentinel, take 5 damage. Oh, wait, no, that's my deck. I gotta shuffle these things in. And then I gotta Surge. And take 5 damage. And then you are stunned, take 1 damage for each, and I'll take a damage. So I'm going to take 6 damage in total. And this is my hands. Yeah. Ouch. 6 damage, turn 1. Let's go. Uh, all right. I'm down to 1. That's insane. Okay. There's a physical on top, so I'm only thwarting for 1. So I'm going to use Honorary X-Men to play Zone of Silence for 3. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to get rid of Ruler of Limbo, which is going to bring Limbo directly to my deck. Top card will be Children of the Atom. What does that say? Okay, it says finds Limbo and threat cannot be removed here while Belasco is in play. So Belasco is not in play. Okay, I need to remove 3 threat from this. Maybe I should have done 3 threat instead of Limbo from Sabotage Master Mold, so I can lose the main scheme and not care. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, Limbo's gonna stay there. I'm gonna remove 3 from Sabotage Master Mold instead. I am gonna spend 2 for Heroic Intuition, and I'm gonna use wait before I do that. I'm going to use my ability to put down Children of the Atom for free. I wish I could have had you. I am going to. Did I see any double yellows? 1 double yellow, 2 double yellows. All right, so I'm not going to get any double yellows. So I'm going to spend two to play the crown. I'm at 1 health. I'm definitely not risking it. I'm going to flip down and go to 4. All right, so now I can lose the first main scheme, which is fine. 2, 4, 5, and 6. Whew. All right. Main scheme is going to go to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I lost the main scheme because uh, Sabotage Master Mold is gone. Nothing happens. Place a magnet counter and then 1 encounter card. So main scheme is now 1 out of 6. And it's stage 2. My counter card is you are confused. Place 1 threat on the main scheme for each magnet. So there's 1, and I'm semi-confused. And no, I placed 1 threat. So the main scheme is going to go to 2. All right, 2 out of 6. That's still pretty good. All right, I'm at 4. I need to heal. All right, I'm going to recover for 3, go to 7. All right, I'm going to do scrying. I'm going to look at the top 3. All right, 1 on top, 1 on the bin, and this is going to go on top. All right. I'm going to use Float Like a Butterfly to play the X gene. Yeah. All right, I'm going to flip up. Yeah, I'm going to flip up. I'm going to put a spell on top. What are we putting for a spell? Soul Strike? Mm. What spell are we putting on? To be able to use our stuff. You got to think sometimes. It's not always easy with our friend MagiK. You got to think. I really want to play Wolfsbane, but I don't think it's the time. I think this and this. I got to keep the Sorcerer Supreme for the next turn. Yeah, I think that's what. I think that's good. What's going to be the play? Exorcism goes on top. Yeah. X Gene uh, and my discount are going to play Exorcism. We'll remove the Ruler of Limbo. Oh, and we get to confuse. Nice. Semi confused. Oh, Colossus on top changes everything now. Yeah. As much as I want to play this stepping disc, I think it's just going to be. Actually, um, man, we played the top card of our deck. Can we sneak some? Can we sneak it somehow? No, we cannot. All right, stepping this and Wolfsbane. Actually, Death Focus and Wolfsbane. Sorcerer Supreme. Let's go. And we're gonna ready. 2, 4, and 5 and 6 cards now. There's the van. Okay, the van is going to just hold that threat at bay. And I think we're going to be solid. And the top card is a lightning because we always get to see it. Okay, yeah, that extra card is just money because I'm going to put Colossus on top. All right, main scheme. It's going to go to 3. We're going to use Limbo. Switch it up with Colossus. Use Changeler and X Gene to put him on top. There's a wild. All right. Okay, cool. Okay, Magneto's attacking for 3 and exhaust my identity, you asshole. I hate when he does that. I hate being exhausted for nothing. He loses the tough. So frustrating. Gets this. 1 encounter card. Exhaust. I was definitely going to get exhausted. And Delgado. Okay. Yeah, that's so annoying. Okay, so he is doing this. All right. Since I know what's on top, I'm going to stepping disc. I'm going to ready up. And I'm going to put the Soul Strike on top of the deck. I am then going to use. Oh, do I thwart for 3? I can thwart for 3 right now. I thwart for 3 here, and I just play the van. Yeah, I think that's what's going to be the play. I'm going to thwart for 3 off Orbital Decay. Now he is physically done. I'm going to use Exorcism and Passion for Justice to play the van, so this can go up to 10. All right, so unless I'm super unlucky, I shouldn't lose the main. But just to make sure, Colossus will remove 2, so it's going to go to 1. All right, I'm flipping down. Right, everyone got played. All right, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'll get an extra card. All right, we're doing really, really well. We're at 15 minutes. We have them on the strain. We have 10 threat window. We have them confused. All right. We don't see the top card of our deck yet. 2, 4, 6. All right. First things first. Main scheme's going to go to 2, 3. Magneto is confused, and then he schemed for 1 and 2 cards. He's activating. No. I have 1 ally, so that is a crisis with 4 threat. That's easily remissed. And resolve the when defeated. Okay, so when defeated is going to be discard stun and confuse and from the villain and give him a face down boost card. All right, so we're gonna give him a face down boost card. That's easy. That was actually super cheese. Okay, we are gonna flip up. And oh wait, before we flip up, are we putting a spell? Yeah, I think what we're gonna do before we flip up, we're gonna use Soul Strike to put down a build supports with 3 threat. That gets us our X gene. Spiritual meditation, we're going to draw 2, discard 1. There's our exorcism and a passion for justice. We got 2 passions for justice. All right, I think we're going to just get rid of a first aid here. Did I recover? Exhaustion, exhaustion. Oh, yeah. That's what. No. Is that what happened? Oh, yeah. Exhaust your identity. And No, my encounter cards were, yeah, zero. Yeah, it's exhaustion, exhaustion. Yeah, okay, sorry, I'm exhausted. All right, I am going to flip up. When I flip up, I'm going to put a spell card on top, which is going to be the Soul Strike. So we know that that is a mental on top. All right, so I can confuse him again. Think what I'm going to do. X Gene and Passion for Justice. Exorcism. Get rid of build support. And because the top card he is going to get confused. Build support goes away, and I'm going to go find myself an X-Jet. There you go. And that is ready. More resources on the table. Shuffle up and reveal. Nice. Razzle Dazzle. We haven't played. Yes. I could confuse an enemy. All right. I am going to 1, 2, 3, and my rebates to play Razzle Dazzle. And Razzle Dazzle is going to confuse an enemy. So it's going to be Delgado. Yeah, so he is confused. Colossus and Razzle Dazzle are going to get rid of the magnetically sealed. Okay, okay. And what's on top? The stepping disc. Nice. All right. That's good because I get to bring back Colossus guy. 2, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Nice. We have our sword and we have a lightning on top, which is exactly what we need. Perfection. All right. Main scheme is going to go to 4 out of 10. So that's not bad. Magneto wants to attack into our friend Colossus for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to discard until we find a magnetic card. Magnetic card. Magnetic card. That's not a magnetic card. Cannot be confused. Ah, you jackass. That's sucks. All right, Delgado wants to attack us. I'm going to use X Gene for a magic barrier. I'm going to deal 3 damage to him. And then he's going to take 1 from the retaliate. And then he deals 2. And then I take 1 encounter card. A Sentinel Guard. All right. All right, we're going to Limbo Rock. Are we Limbo Rocking first? No, we're going to punch for 2. Get rid of Delgado. And that's going to give him a face down boost card. All right, she's done. All right, this is a lightning, so nothing I can do. So I'm going to Limbo Rock. Specialized. I haven't used my ability yet. Float like a butterfly here. I'm going to use my ability now to put down specialized training from the top. It is a mental. Nice. I'm going to thwart for 3 off the mental. I'm going to use X-Jet to play a stepping disc and put Colossus back on top. I am then going to thwart for 2 off the specialized training, and I'm going to get myself the frontline specialists and move to 11. And now when I take damage, I can draw cards. All right. Then I am going to play Power of Justice for Float Like a Butterfly. So now if I can confuse an enemy, we're good. And then we're going to use Soul Stored to play Stepping Disc, and we'll put the sword on top. And then we are how much threat is on the main? Main scheme is at 4. I think I'm just gonna thwart. Hmm. Or do I put something else on top? Magneto cannot be confused. Do I put a soul strike? I'm just gonna put a soul strike on top instead of the sword. Yeah. And I'm gonna remove 3 threat from the main. It's down to 1. I gotta keep that as low as possible. All right. Okay. We got so many resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And the top card is a digging deep. Sweet. 2, 4, 6. Okay. We're going to add 1 threat on the main. It's going to go to 2. The villain wants to attack, and he is going to go on Dazzle for not that bad, but he's going to get a counter. I'm going to take 2 from the Sentinel, go down to 9, and then he's going to take a retaliate. And then 1 encounter card. Oh, yes, because I took damage, I get a card. Oh, yes, Wolfsbane. Dark Child. All right. Do I just want to exhaust and ready? I'm just going to deal the damage to each character and discard. So I'm going to take 1 damage. Go down to 8. I don't have any other characters, so that's amazeballs. All right. I am going to use Zone of Silence and dig deep, and I'm going to use my ability to cheat in Wolfsbane. Nice. Wolfsbane is going to thwart for 2 off the main, bringing it down to 0. And I'm going to say resource. Duke. It comes into my hand. Thank you very much. And then Wolfsbane did her thing. She is here. All right. Now, how do we play this? All right, we're going to use... All right, I need 1, 2, 3. I do have a guard. So frustrating. All right, X Gene, X Jet, Soul Strike for 4. Give Magneto a tough. Yeah, give Magneto a tough. He already has one. All right, I am going to get rid of this crap right now. Okay. I am going to punch Magneto. And then I'm going to spend 3 resources, get rid of this helmet. Nice. Okay, I am then going to scry. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put 1 in my hand. 1 on top and 1 here. And I think I'm going to use a Limbo to put Colossus on top. I'm going to use Power of Justice to play a Stepping Disc and ready. And we're going to put the sword on top. I want that soul sword. I'm going to get it. I'm at 8 health. There's 0 threat on the main. Okay. Yeah, that was it. These were some really good turns here. I feel like this is the time to flip down, go to 11, and then if I get symbiote suit or something like that, just so it doesn't go too crazy. Yep, we're gonna flip down, go to 11. Okay, next. Now I'm gonna have my sword. I'm gonna have my Colossus, and I'm gonna be able to loop him. 2, 4, 5, and 6. And then there's symbiote suit. All right, I think we're symbioting now. I think it's time to symbiote. Main scheme is going to go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 10. One card. Each limbo discard gains surge. Guard. Sim. If ruler of limbo is in play, place 2 threat on it. Otherwise, place 2 threat on the main scheme. It's going to go to 7. Or is that when defeated or when revealed? When revealed. All right. We've got to take care of this clown. All right, here we go. We're at 11. All right, we're ready. We are going to flip up. We're putting a spell on top. 7 out of 10 threat though. That's a lot. And we have a guard. It's so annoying. All right, Soul Strike on top. We haven't used our ability yet. We are going to Limbo Rock. It could remove 5 threat, deal 5 damage with Gumbo Diplomacy. Oh, we're so doing that. Yeah, Limbo Rock, Colossus for Soul Strike. We're gonna use our ability for -2. I don't think we're gonna play the Symbiote suit right now. We're gonna go Symbiote suit X Gene to cheat in Colossus with a tough. Because I have Children of the Atom, all of my cards, all of my characters are all X Force and the other one. So I will use the X Jet to do a gunboat diplomacy. So, oh wait, no. No, I need to put the. I don't have the right card on top. No, it's only 4. Son of a gun. All right, I am going to thwart for 2 off the main. It's going to go to 5. I'm going to say upgrade. There we go. Now we can do that. So she is so good. So good now. I'll play an honorary X-Men on myself. I'll go to 12. Actually, I should put it on her so she can survive until I find my first aid, which I've seen it right over here. You know what? If she dies, she dies. I can use her as a chump blocker too. Yeah, I'm just going to put it to myself. I'll go to 12. I feel we're. Now, let's do our thing. We're going to use Magic Barrier. Actually, do we use the Magic Barrier? No, we're going to use. Yeah. Gunboat X Gene for X Jet for a gunboat diplomacy. Hero action, attack thwart, exhaust an X Force and an X Men. Remove X threat from among schemes in play and deal X damage among enemies in play where X is a combined thwart of those 2 exhausted characters. So 2 from Colossus and 3 from her. And that is 5 damage and 5 threat. The main is back down to 0. All right. And then we have a thing on top. I think we're going to use our Soul Strike to do a Soul Sword. We're exhausted, so we're going to stay like this. We're taking an extra card. All right, 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Man, do I go through my deck fast. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. Ah, oh, yes. I love having the perfect card on top. All right, here we go. So I think we might not even use Colossus. We might save him for a rainy day. All right, main scheme is going to go up to 1. So easy. Magneto wants to attack me. I am going to use my X Gene to do a magic barrier, which is going to deal 3 damage to Magneto. All right, first blood, baby, first blood. And he's going to attack me for 3. And then if this attack does nothing, so I take no damage, but I am going to retaliate on Magneto down to 16. And then he places a magnet counter. And first card is Quick Strike. After which strike attacks and defeats an ally, place 1 threat on ruler. Otherwise, place 1 threat on the main scheme. I will use X Jet to do a magic barrier, deal 3 damage, and prevent it. So she's only doing 3, and then she's going to die to retaliate, and then her force response would trigger, but she's gone. That's pretty good. And then the next one is the Acolytes with only 3 threats. All right, easy peasy here. We are definitely in a good place. We're going to use Limbo to... Oh, wait. No, we don't want to use Limbo. You know what? We are just going to use Def Focus and Passion for Justice. And we're going to do a Soul Strike on Magneto. It's going to do 4 damage to him. So he's down to 12. And then he's stunned. Okay. All right. I am ready. I'm going to thwart for 3 off the Acolytes. There's nothing else I can do. There's 1 threat on the main scheme. I think I just chill and flip down. Yeah. I should stay up, but I don't. Oh, he's stunned. I want to get my stuns and my confuses. I want to get a confuse back on him. All right, let's just see what happens. 1, 2. There you go. 2, 4, 5, and a 6, and we don't see this. Yeah, because he's not even confused here. All right, so 1 threat is going to go on the main. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Main is at 5. And then my encounter card is a Sentinel with guard. Man, these guards just nonstop. All right, we are going to flip up. And we're going to put a Soul Strike back on top. All right, we're going to flip Limbo. We're going to switch Razzle Dazzle with Limbo. And then we're going to use X Gene and this with our ability. We're going to bring Razzle Dazzle into play and then confuse our friend Magneto. Now we just got to get rid of this guard. It is a stepping disc. We are going to punch the guard for 2. We are going to use Zone of Silence to do a stepping disc. And ready. And we're going to put a magic barrier on top. And then we ready. We're going to attack for 3, which is going to give Magneto a tough. All right. Then I don't have any other plays. These guards are killing me. Okay. Razzle Dazzle, just ping the tough. And Wolf's Bane is going to thwart the main scheme for 2, and she'll be defeated. I'm going to say an event, which is going to give me my magic barrier. And then I'm going to spend these 2 to do a soul strike, but it's going to deal 5 damage because of the... It's going to deal 5 damage to Magneto. This is down to 3. 12 minus 5 is 7. And you know what? She used her ability. And then Colossus, you know what? Colossus can just punch for 3, and Magneto's down to 4. All right, perfect. Down to 4. I'm semi confused. All right, we're almost there, but we're finally using our float like a butterfly. There's chamber 2, 4, 5, and 6. And we have this on top. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to switch the limbo right here. All right. We're going to add 1 threat to the main. It's going to go to 4. Unfortunately, Magneto is stunned. And only get 1 card, which is son of a bitch. Ah, ah, it never ends. All right. All right. Since it's a wild, all right, this is what we're going to do. Use the X jet. I'm going to exhaust this lady and this. I'm going to remove 5 threat from the main, deal 5 damage, and take a retaliate. That's 1. It's actually going to do 6 damage because he's confused. All right. My God. Ah, trying to figure out this big problem. All right. Colossus is going to take 2 damage and get rid of the bottle. Finally. So she got exhausted. She's exhausted. All right. We are going to play Scrying. Look at the top 3. Nice. We're gonna put 1 on here, 1 on the bin, and 1 in my hand, and then this one comes back to hand. Love that. I'm gonna spend 4 to play Chamber. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chamber is gonna punch for 3, and I can't play my Stepping Disc. I'm 1 resource away from Stepping Disc. All right. So Chamber's attacking for 3 and takes no consequence damage. Magneto is down to 1. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have exorcism on top. All right, so we can confuse. We're gonna confuse them for days. All right, we got ready, 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 ready. All right, we're gonna put Big Daddy Colossus, and then we're just gonna cycle in Colossus here. All right, we're gonna add 1. Oh wait, there should be no threat on the main because we did our gun bloat. So this is gonna go to 1. He wants to attack. Colossus is going to take the hit for 3. And then we're going to find a magnetic card. It's probably going to be something annoying that is just going to slow me down. All right. There's 2 assaults, and how are they all stuck together? Let's shuffle these. Magnetic, nope. Magnetic, nope. Magnetic, nope. Magnetic, yes. Oh, see? Knew it was going to slow me down. Rapid metal. And then encounter card is an advance, and he's confused. Okay, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We got to exhaust and spend a physical. Get rid of that. Okay, we are going to X-Jet. X-Jet and what? X-Jet and our rebate. There we go. And our rebate to play. Oh, there's only. You know what? We'll just risk it. Exorcism. Oh, nice. He's confused again. Perfect. All right. Dazzle is going to punch him out. There's no more threat on the main. Magneto goes to stage 3, and we get an encounter card. All right. I am going to use X-Ding to do a stepping disc, and I'm going to put Colossus back on top. I'm going to ready, because of this, I have piercing. I'm going to deal 3 damage. So 22, he's going to go to 19. All right, Chamber is going to punch for 3. Oh, wait. I'm punching for 4, so he's going to go to 18 minus 3. He's going to go to 15. Damn, let's go, son. All right. We are going to... We already played the top card of our deck. Use Spiritual Meditation to play a stepping disc. We're going to ready. We're punching for 4, so we're going to go get a Soul Strike on top. Yeah. Soul Strike on top. Oh, no. We don't want a Soul Strike on top. We want the MagiK there. There we go. And now we're going to hit for another 4. Magneto's down to 11, and this is going to be over next turn. Yeah. There's nothing he can do. Nothing. All right, we're going to get 2 encounter cards, but that's okay. The fact that we keep him deaf and dumb. All right, we're going to get 1 more card. So 2, 4, 5. I got to shuffle. All right. And 6. There's the Symbiotsu. We might even play it. All right, we have a mental on top. That's not what we want. So we are going to 100% limbo for Colossus on top. All right. So if ever he decides to attack like a madman, we are good with Colossi. All right. We're going to add 1 threat to the mains. That's going to go to 2. Magneto wants to attack us. We're going to use X Gene to do Magic Barrier. So when an enemy initiates an attack, prevent 3 of that damage. And then because it's a wild, we're going to deal 3 plus 1 is 4. Is it whenever a character you control attacks a confused enemy? It's not an attack. So he's just taking the 3. But Magneto is still going to go down to 8. All right. And then he was trying to attack me for 3 plus exhaust my identity. Let's go, baby. Doesn't stop. And he's going to take 1 retaliate, taking him down to 7. And I took no damage. He places a magnet counter. We place an acceleration. And then I get 3 cards. And after that, the game's over. All right. This was the first one. They cannot be stunned. Magnetic Mayhem with 4 threat. And caught off guard. Who cares? We're gonna lose a life. All right, so here we go. We got what we wanted. All right, Razzle Dazzle is gonna punch for 3. He's gonna punch for 3. That is 6. He is down to 1. I am gonna use La Pasión for 4. I'm gonna exorcise him. Get rid of the mayhem. Oh, do I even want to do this? Fuck it. Nope. I'm just gonna play Colossus and use Colossus to kill. Bam. Magneto is dead. I'm not even wasting any more time. Boom. So as you can see, the Confuse, because she had access to Confuse, but this was a very grueling battle. All the obstacles in my way, the shadows of the past, all that nonsense was just ridiculous. Uh, just it took what 40 minutes, 50 minutes. Oh my God. Okay, but it is done, and you've seen it, and it's beautiful. Even against a villain like Magneto, Magic has the way. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Now we have the final one with the leadership. Guys, it's time to talk about our leadership deck. So, first things first, we're going to build a Colossus deck. Our leadership deck is going to focus around having Colossus remaining on the field. All right. So I know that might sound weird, but again, I did mention talking about how to have fun with Mutant Mayhem. But for me, I think showcasing Mutant Mayhem here is not what I want to do. I really want to showcase uh, having fun with Magic and Colossus, just the pair together and just focusing on those two. I think I have a tendency of doing that in leadership, really focusing on just what my hero and ally can do when they have a signature ally. And I feel like Mutant Mayhem, it's just, is it a better deck with Mutant Mayhem? Maybe. Is it it's probably more efficient, like cost effective wise and all everything? But is it going to be more fun and more thematic? I don't know. So I really want to build something for me to have some fun with. So this is what I'm going to do. So since we're focusing on Colossus, we're going to have ways to figure him out to get him out early. So we have a call for backup, we have summoning spell, and we have two suit ups. So those are going to be make sure. So we're going to have uh, I think 31. So we have a 46 card deck. So this is going to give us 5 chances, or 1 out of 9 chance to get Colossus on turn 1. So it should be okay. It's 1 out of 9. You know, it should be good. Okay, so once we have Colossus in play, our next goal is to get him equipped with a Sidekick, Danger Room, and Inspired. Those are the only 3 upgrades I'm putting on him, just so he can become a 4/4 ally, sidekick, just for that. And then he's going to have 6 hit points. It's good. We're going to keep Colossus alive by playing cards that are very cheeky and we don't normally play. Ready for action. I'm pretty sure you have this in your collection. You're like, I'm never going to use this card. And yet, now is a good time to use it. Because he comes in with toughness, I figured, you know what? This guy should just be able to stay tough. So this is one of the ways that leadership has to protect certain allies. So I love Ready for Action. It's one of those cards that I don't often play. So there, I really wanted to put an emphasis on playing a call, the Ready for Action. Once he's equipped with the sidekicks, then we're going to be able to rock the side by sides. So we'll be able to either ready, heal, and boost our stats. So whatever we need at the moment. So that's really cool. I also want to show a couple of examples of how we work together as a team. I love the teamwork card. So whenever I use one of my basic powers, attack or thwart, I can exhaust an ally and add their stats to my attack. So I figure that's a lot of nice synergies here. All right, and also I have a 1 rapid response just in case the caca hits the fan and I might lose Colossus. So I don't have to go through the whole process. He'll just be back on the field, and then I can just restart, rebuild, if ever that happens. All right, after that, it's just basically generic good stuff. We got the 2 powers of leadership and 1 innovation. These are the wild resources, obviously, to go with magic, and then use that to trigger. The spiritual meditations, I said I had a 31 card deck, but if you don't count these, it's probably going to go down to 29 because I don't. These are just free cards. Like I mentioned this in the video. These are just there to filter through our deck. All right, then we got the build support and specialized training. Build support is going to get us obviously our X Jet, and then it's after that it's just more resources. So we have the Sorcerer Supreme, we have the X Gene, we have the Death Focus, more resources. We're adding the Blood Gem, and we're adding Clarity of Purpose because I can ready and heal and all that kind of good stuff. I figured that'd be fun to have some extra cards and extra money to play with. Also, I am running a symbiote suit because why not? And then we are going to also include the Face the Past. And these are cards that are just getting burned out of our deck. So these 3 cards. So I know I said I have a 31 card deck, but once I get rid of this, it's 30, 29, 28. So 27. So there you go. So my deck, yes, it starts off a little bit bigger, but I'm going to be eliminating a lot of cards from my deck. So it's not a big issue. Now let's go to the game. So we're going straight to hell and we're going to visit the hood. All right, so it's time to go to hell. And we're going to bring hell to us in the hood scenario with 7 modular sets that I think that are very thematic. So we have the Brothers Grimm, storytellers of macabre. We have the dystopian nightmare. We have the personal nightmare. So we obviously, nightmare in hell. We have horror. We have the Dark Riders, the Hounds of Hell, and obviously the Legions of Hell. So we're gonna get one of these 7 as our first one. Here we go. So we're gonna get the dystopian nightmare. So just let me find these. Dystopian nightmare. Do. All right, it's these ones. The exterminations. The weary, war weary. Okay, and I think there's 6 supposed to be. 2, 4, 6. Yeah. So I'm just gonna shove these in, and then we're gonna resolve the foul playability, and then we're gonna put a second modular set. All right, so the hood's foul play is discard the top 2 cards, and then so the first 2 cards of the encounter deck, and the first one that doesn't belong to the hood is the one we get. So Dark Designs is what we're gonna get. So he's gonna scheme on turn 1. That's annoying, but okay. So we know he's gonna activate it an extra time. All right, and now 2, 4, 6 left, and we'll see what the second one is. All right, and then we'll just take the one in the middle. Dark Riders. All right, so let's find the Dark Riders. These guys are just annoying. There's just a big guy, a bunch of minions. Is there only 5? 6. 2, 4, 5. All right, there should be another Dark Rider. I must be missing. Oh, there it is. Okay, and then we're gonna shove these guys in as well. Boom, 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 into the deck, and then we'll shuffle this, and then we are ready and to be off to the races. So now I'm kind of stuck that I feel like I need to confuse the hood on turn 1. So when he schemes, it's just gonna fizzle. Because if he schemes it's gonna go to 1, 2. If he gets a boost of 3, we're done. All right, so the other ones, we're just going to put him in our little box here on the side. And then let's see what our opening hand looks like. All right, let's go, MagiK. Don't fail me now. All right, here we go. Sidekick. Oh my God, Sidekick and Colossus. I feel like I'm cheating. You know what? I'm not even gonna. All right, that feels like cheating. All right, that's actually what my deck wants to do, and I get the 2 cards out of the first 2 ones. It so looks like I stack the deck. All right, we're gonna shuffle these. There you go. Boom. All right, scrying. All right. Oh, there's an exorcism. That's super good because that will do exactly what I want to do and confuse. So we have both of our exorcisms, 2, 4, 5, and we have a call for backup. So that is actually perfect because we can call for backup, exorcism, and then get Colossus. All right, I think we're gonna pitch 2 cards. We're gonna keep the scrying, and then we're gonna draw 1 and 2 and a danger room training. So we can actually start right away. So we are going to uh, flip up, and let's just put that exorcism on top. And then we're gonna scrying. We're gonna look at the top 3 cards. So 1, oh my God, we get limbo. Uh, Teamwork is gonna go down. I'm gonna leave limbo on top and then exorcism in my hand. All right, I'm gonna use my ability to play limbo. Limbo turn 1, dude. 3 games out of 4, limbo turn 1, and that's what we wanted to see. Wild or a mental on top. All right, we're gonna use one of our exorcisms to play call for backup. And then we're going to use, I don't think, yeah, we're going to use the stepping disc and danger room training to do the exorcism. We're going to get rid of call for backup. Boom, we're going to find and we're going to confuse the villain. You see, all good things, and then we're gonna remove the one threat from the making connections. Colossus will come into play with a tough status card. It's so good. so it's so good. And then we get our top card, which is a stepping disc. And I think we're just gonna limbo. It doesn't really matter. We don't need to limbo anything because we're gonna draw it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Or we can face the pass, and then we have a strike here. That's pretty good. 2, 4, 5. And we got a Colossus. All right. That got rid of this. All right, so we're gonna add one threat to the main scheme. We're gonna get attacked for 1. I think we're just gonna take this first hit for 3. So we'll go down to 7. And then 2 encounter cards. The first one is a Dark Design, which is just gonna remove the confusion and add this. And then second card is Exhaustion and Surge. All right, let's go into a gun. All right, let's start, baby. Let's start. Ah, getting exhausted. So fun. We're gonna limbo rock to put build support on top, and we'll keep our soul strike. We're gonna cheat in the build support for free. And there you go. We're gonna thwart for 2 off build support with Colossus. We're gonna use a soul strike to play a stepping disc, which is gonna put an exorcism back on top. And we're ready. And then we are going to use X Gene to play the mystical armor. And then, yeah, I think we're going to do is we're going to face the pass right away. We're going to get Belasco. Oh, wait, we already play our stepping disc? Oh, then we have to do something else first. Oh, I think, yeah, before we're going to attack the hood for 2. All right, he's going to go down to 14. Yeah, and then face the pass gets removed. We draw 3 cards. Nice. And we have a physical on top. I think all we're going to do is we are going to punch Belasco. Hmm. I'm trying to think what I want to do. Do I want to do the stepping disc here? Yeah, let's punch Belasco for 2. And then are we confusing him? No, because we have an anticipation here. So I think, yeah, we're just going to use stepping disc and exorcism to do a soul strike for 4, and we'll kill him. So he is dead. And that seems pretty good. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And our top card is that a mental. So I'm not going to be able to deal damage, but it's okay. All right. First things first. We're going to add a threat. So that's going to go to 2 out of 5. Actually, we're going to do that. We're going to limbo, and we'll put the magic barrier on top. All right. He wants to attack us. We'll use our ability during the villain's phase because we can do it once per phase. We're going to magic barrier. And is it a lightning on top? It's a physical. Boo. So he doesn't take 3, but so we take 0 damage. We do retaliate, and then we have to resolve the hood's foul play. Villain takes 1, down to 13. And then foul play. That's a hood. And that's a hood. Oh, wow. Got lucky there. All right. And then our encounter card is 4 threat here. Oh, man. We got to get rid of that. That's after the villain phase begins. When the villain phase begins, each player must resolve the hood's foul play ability. Not cool. All right. Definitely need to switch this up. Spiritual meditation. Draw 2. Discard 1. What's the top card? Ready for action. All right. That does not help though. Um, we need to. Oh wait. Oh, actually, it does help. We are going to use spiritual meditation to play clarity of purpose. We're going to take a damage, go down to 6, and generate a resource to play inspired on Colossus. Colossus will thwart for 3. I will thwart for 1, get rid of unbridled ambition. I will then use Soul Sword to play a sidekick on my Colossus guy. And then I'm going to use my ability during our turn to do a ready for action, and Colossus will get a top. And then the top card is a suit up. 2, 4, 5. And we have a wild on top, which is the ones you want. All right, cool. So Colossus is a 3/3 now. Looking good. And this is a resource. And do we want to put something on top? Nope. I think we're just going to chill here. But I need to find a way to get rid of the threats. This is going to go to 3. I need a stepping disc. That's what I need. All right. 3 out of 5. Hood wants to attack. Colossus will defend. For 3, Colossus takes no damage. And then encounter card is Sinister Strike. And then place a pursuit counter. I'm at 6. All right, I'm going to take the hit for 2, 3, 4. I'll be down to 2, and Hood takes a retaliate. And I take 3 hits. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm at 2. Yeah. All right. Let's what are we doing, Steve? Are we gonna limbo? Let's limbo. We're gonna limbo a def focus on top and take innovation. We're gonna use the ability to play the def focus for free. And our top card is another ready for action. All right. Okay, I don't want to do this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to thwart the build support, get rid of that. Oh wait, I should spend it first, right? Oh, what am I spending it on? Oh yeah, I'm not going to use my ability. I'm going to leave that on top. Yes, yes, I'm making a mistake here. So this is on top. I'm going to use the X jet to play this. There we go. Now let's play smart. And then I'm going to thwart for 1. And that's going to get the X jet from my discard pile. Shuffle my deck. There you go. Let's play smart. Let's put all the resources on the table. And then we look at the top card. It's a specialized training. Now we're going to play that from the top with 5 threat on it. All right, and then I'm going to use a physical and a mental to get rid of his gun. I'm at 2 health. And what's the top card? Is a side by side. No. That would have been fun to play, but I don't have it now because I used my ability. All right. We staying in hero form? Yeah, he's only attacking for 1, so Colossus can defend for me. All right, we got 3 resources. 1, I'll pitch this. 2, 4, 5. We have 5 cards, and we get ready for action on top. Okay, we haven't used our ability. We have the side by side, so we'll be able to ready up. Okay. Main scheme is gonna go to 4. Man, we definitely gotta be careful here. 4 out of 5. Colossus will defend. He's got 4 health remaining. He's getting attacked for 3. Ooch. So he's at 4 out of 5. And the encounter card is Drawing Nearer. All right. That is going to make me discard the top card of my deck and add a pursuit counter. So I have to go down to Alter Ego. Okay, I have so much resources and nothing to do. I'm just gonna put cards down. I'm gonna put down a blood gem. So these I might use. I probably won't use them because I'm at 2 health. All right. I am going to uh thwart the main scheme for 1. It's down to 3. I'm gonna play side by side. I will ready and heal both of us for 1. Do. And I'll be at 3. I will use a limbo to put ready for action on top. I will then use Colossus to thwart the main scheme for 3. Down to 0. And Colossus takes a hit. I'm going to use my ability to give him a tough status card. Oh, my crown. And then I will flip down. I will pitch an identity specific card to get rid of Drawing Nearer, and I will recover for 3. And when I recover, he recovers for 2. That's how that works, right? After you make a basic recovery, heal 2 damage. Yeah, there you go. All right, so I will go. I'm at 3, and I'm back to 6. All right, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's the Sorcerer Supreme. And we don't know what this one is yet. And then we have a spell that we're going to put on top. All right. Okay, we're looking pretty good. Main scheme is going to go to 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. I was afraid we'd lose it, but we're still in it. And then encounter card is Dark Child. Yeah, I'll just exhaust and remove that from the game. All right, we're removing tons of cards from the game. I love that. All right, so we're not recovering, but we have definitely a lot of stuff that we want to play. We are going to flip up, and we're going to put a spell on top. It's going to be Exorcism. Exorcism. Then we are going to limbo the crown with the Exorcism. We are going to X-Jet and Innovation. That's going to heal a damage from our friend. Exorcism will remove 4 threats from the specialized. Actually, we'll remove 4 threat from the main scheme, and we will confuse the hood. So there you go. That is down to 0 again, and he's confused. I am then going to use Colossus. Hmm. I'm going to use Rapid Response and Symbiote Strength to play the Sorcerer Supreme. And then I'm going to use my discount and side by side to put down my crown. Sounds pretty good. And the top card is a wild. All right. And I think we're just going to leave it like that. And then doom, doom, doom. We get an encounter card decking out. All right. We're doing super well here. All right. Now, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we got stepping discs for days. All right. And then, you know what we're going to do? We know that that's a mental. I think. I don't need to confuse anymore. He's already confused. Am I limboing? I don't think I'm gonna limbo. I think we're good. We'll use limbo for when we actually need it. All right, 1 threat on the main. It's going to 1. He wants to attack me. I defend for 2. And he's attacking me for exactly 2. So took no damage. I retaliate him. He's down to 11. All right. 2 encounter cards. So the first one was okay. So then what happens? You remove all pursuits. If there's 3 more, remove each counter here. If your nemesis, okay. So now nemesis comes into play. I lose limbo. Uh, all these get shuffled in. Delayed shadows of the past, and then we get the Dark Riders. And discard cards from the top. All right, so first things first, we're gonna do this guy from the discard, and then shuffle because we have to look for him, and then we're gonna discard until we find a Dark Rider, which is Tusk. All right, it's money. Each Dark Rider minion gets toughness, so he gets a tough. And when revealed, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck, and then it's hinder 1. So there's 3 threat here, 5 threat there, 3 threat there that can't be removed until this guy dies. Okay. So that kind of sucks because I had my limbo rock all ready to go. So now we got a punchies. Okay. And I got exhausted. All right. So I'm going to use the X-Jet to put a danger room training on him. So now he is a 4/4. Perfect. I am going to use an exorcism to play a stepping disc, which is going to ready me and put the exorcism back on. All right, that's what we want to see. I am then going to teamwork and kill Belasco for 2 plus 4 is 6. Money. Then I'm going to use Power of Leadership and my discount to play an exorcism. 4, it's a mental. There's no need to confuse. Get rid of limbo. Get my limbo. All right. And then I will use the focus to ready and do a stepping disc which will put my exorcism back on top. And I think I'm just going to remove, I don't have piercing. So I think I'm just going to remove one threat here. And then we're good because the exorcism will get rid of it. And then I'll be able to have a bigger attack or a bigger thwart. And I don't think it's going to matter. All right. Because we're going to be able to attack team. What does he do? After Tess attacks you, you are stunned. All right, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we're going to be side by side for this one, guys. +1, +1. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. All right, here we go. It's just those guys getting toughness, so that's nothing. Main scheme is going to 2. Hood wants to attack me. I'm at 6. I'll just take the hit for 3. I retaliate. He's down to 10. He's gonna attack me for 2. I'll go down to 1. Retaliate. And then encounter card. Madame Mask, guard. When revealed, resolve the Hood's foul play. Nice. Of course, it's under fire. So 2 more cards. So another foul play. Haunted. And after which attacks and defeats an ally. Ooh. So Colossus is going to defend and lose the top. She did not defeat an ally. All right. We got to go to Alter Ego. We can only confuse the villain. All right, so let's scry. Let's look at the top 3. So 1, 2, 3. Teamwork in my hand. Suit up in the bin. And spiritual meditation on top, I guess. Yeah. Okay. I am going to use Limbo to play a side. No, wait. I'm not going to use Limbo yet. I'm going to use X-Jet and the symbiote suit to do an exorcism. Let's get rid of the specialized training. And since I'm at 1 health, well, I'm just going to use. I forget where I keep putting them away. I guess I'm just going to get the +4 health. it's my go-to one. It's the one I like the most. Like I feel like I'm always at 1 health. All right, I'll go to 5, and whenever I take damage, I feel a lot safer now. All right, now I'll use Limbo right here to be able to do side by side. All right, and then he defended. So she is punching for 2. Oh yeah, and I'm half stunned because of this guy. All right, I'm going to punch for 2 here. I'm going to use my discount and a rapid response to do side by side. Ready and ready. And we're going to get each +1, +1. All right. Colossus is now hitting for 5. And I'm hitting for, whoops, what's the top card? Colossus is hitting for 5, and I'm hitting for 3 or thwarting for 3. The main scheme is at 2. All right, I'm punching out Witchfire. Colossus punching for 5. Gonna take out Madame Mask. The defending player must resolve the hood's foul play ability. Upper hand and dark designs. All right. So that is gonna go here and deal the first discard away and does not belong. All right. So yeah. So that's technically this is only gonna happen in the villain's turn. All right. So I'm not gonna go down this turn. I am going to take 3 damage, go down to 2. And I'm going to do side by side again. We're going to heal everyone up. And +1/+1s. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. But I'm going to get an extra encounter card. I think it's fine. Colossus is going to punch for 6. Takes this guy out. There's only 2 threat on the main. I thwart for 4. I'm going to use Spiritual Meditation to draw 2 cards and discard 1. I think I'll just do a ready for action on Colossus, and he'll get a tough, and I will thwart for 3 off the main scheme. Actually, no, I can't do ready for action because I have to get rid of this. I'm going to thwart for 3 off the main scheme. It's going to go to 0. It's okay if I lose it. I just prefer not to. And I'll pitch I want to keep the teamwork to be that would have been a perfect turn to do teamwork because 6, 5, I was punching for 11. I would have taken out the hood. I'll pitch the ready for action to get rid of this Dystopian because I'm already getting an extra card. So, all right, let's go, baby cakes. Let's go. 2. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right. Replacing 1 threat on the main scheme, he's confused. And then 2 cards. So first one is a dark design. Place a pursuit counter, and he schemes for 4. So that is going to go to the next stage. All right, so that happens. Okay, so now we resolve the foul play. So it goes up 2 to 7, 2 to 8. Yeah, so 8 per player. And then there's an acceleration. It's stage. All right, and that's stage 2B. So an acceleration, and now we got to add another modular. So, and then we're going to resolve the foul play. So we're going to get always the one in the middle. The Brothers Grimm. Yay. So now we're going to add these clowns right here. And the deck is really small, so we're most likely going to get one of these. And then and then if we don't get an encounter card, we place 2 threat on the main scheme now. So the first one is not this, and we're gonna get this. After attached enemy activates against you, discard a card at random from your hand. All right. So we're gonna resolve this one, which is nowhere is safe. I'll get rid of the blood gem. There's 2 counters here, and then we'll attach this to the villain. Okay, cool. So if the villain activates against us, then we're in trouble. All right, first things first. Let's recover for 3 and heal 2 from Colossus. We're going to go to 5. All right. So the main scheme is still okay. All right, we got ready for action. All right, let's put a spell back on top. And we haven't used our ability yet. So let's put a spell. I feel like we want an exorcism here. Yep. Okay. We have suit up. All right, let's take a chance. We'll use our rebate and a suit up to do an exorcism. We'll remove 4 threats, and if it's a wild, it's not. So the main's gonna go down to 0. All right. Sadness on the stack. Oh, I'm so dumb. I could have played this so differently to make sure I didn't mess it up. All right, this is what I mean. How do you not mess it up? You use Limbo. Play the summoning spell here, but now there's no threats to remove. We are going to use Innovation. That's going to heal my friend to do a ready for action. Colossus will be tough again. Oh, before he gets a tough, he'll take a damage and remove the Dark Riders. Oh wait, no, I don't. No, that's fine. No, it's just right. And he's exhausted. Is he exhausted? No, he has no, and you haven't done anything with him. All right, we are going to use X gene, and we'll take a damage. Go to 4, and play the Exorcism. Get rid of Dark Riders. There we go. And now we confuse the villain. Alrighty then. And then we'll use our teamwork because it'll come back, and we'll play the Soul Sword. And Colossus is just gonna chill, baby. Even though he could have done so much more. 2, 4, 5, and 6. All right. If I take damage, I draw cards, but I have to get healthy in order to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the top card is there you go. All right. Villain turn wants to begin. We're gonna put X gene on top. Okay. And we're adding 2 threats to the main. It's 2 out of 8. Then we're going to use our X-Jet to do a magic barrier and deal 3 damage to our friend. So he's down to 7. And he's attacking us for 1. You are confused, so I'm only semi-confused because I'm steady. And then we discard this card. Oh yeah, Hood takes a retaliate. He's down to 6. And then discard a card at random from your hand and deal 1 face down encounter card. So we get an encounter card. And we lose 1 card at random. The one I didn't want to lose. Rats. And then 2 encounter cards. Let's go. First one is each limbo surge into you are stunned if you're already stunned. So now we are fully stunned. And egg bomb attached to then after your attachment activates against you, discard this card, take 3 indirect damage. Ouch, that can hurt. There we go. Okay. I'm going to attack. Get rid of my stunned. I am going to use the powers of summoning spell and power leadership and summoning spell. I'm going to do the soul strike for 4 and stun him. So he is down to 2. All right. Then we're gonna def focus. We're gonna put a spell back on top. It's going to be a spiritual meditation. And I'm going to use my ability to draw 2 cards and discard 1. Oh, it's a ready for an action. We don't have enough money to do anything. So we'll just discard the ready for an action. Because he's already, my guy's already tough. And what's the top card of my deck? It is a magic barrier. All right, we're going to punch the hood and flip him. When revealed, choose a set aside modular encounter set, then shuffle it into the encounter deck. And now, if we do the foul play, we discard the top 2 cards and we keep each card not belonging here. And he's got 18 health. All right. So now he's at 18. He's stunned and confused. I will flip down while he's stunned and confused. And Colossus will remove the 2 threat from the main and lose his top. Go. Well, he would have lost more, but he's already at full strength. All right, so we get an encounter card. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then we shuffle our deck. This is going to be our 3rd deck pass. And again, our deck is just running so smooth. It's doing exactly what it wants to do, which is magic things. But I want to do an alpha strike, like for like 11. I'm going to try to sculpt my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, definitely not doing a lot of good sculpting. All right, maybe next turn. We're adding 2 threat to the main scheme. He's confused. And then we get 2 cards. The first one was a gauntlet. And the second one is the Brothers Grimm. Nice. He's just a 1/1 and says discard cards from the top. Okay, when activates. So as soon as he activates, we do that thing. Well, there's only like 3 cards left, so it's not too bad. All right, our turn. Are we healing? We should probably heal. We'll use a magic barrier to play an XG. More resources. Look at all the resources we got. And I don't know if you noticed, but none of these games I have played any double resources. I'm going to recover for 3, go to 7. Boom. Now I have money. All right, I'm going to flip up. I'm not going to put a spell on top because there's one right there. All right. We are. What are we going to do? He punches for 4. And then we could kill the Brother Grimm, which is probably not a bad idea. All right. Colossus punches for 4 on the Brothers Grimm. I am going to Limbo Rock a yeah, ready for action on top. I'm going to use my ability to play ready for action and give Colossus another top. Let's go, Colossus. Okay, I'm going to scry. I'm going to look at the top 3. I'll put this on top. I'll put rapid response in my hand, and then I'll summon spell to the bin. All right. Then I am going to spend rapid response and soul strike to do a soul strike. And let's kill this guy. And then I'm going to def focus to do a stepping disc. We'll put a soul strike on top and ready. And then I can remove. I'll remove the threat from the main. So it's back down to 0. All right. Not too shabby. Not too shabby turns. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on. Yes, side by sides. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for my side by sides so I can just spiritual meditate side by sides and ready all my people. All right. He's stunned, so he can't even activate. That's so sad. All right. Villain's going to go to 2. He's stunned. This guy's going to punch me for 2, so I'm going to draw a card from my things. I'm going to go down to 5. And then encounter card is Barrage. So these are both going to attack me. Oh, wait. What does this one say? After Gauntlet attacks you, discard an upgrade. And now they both. So I'm going to have to discard 2 upgrades. So 1 and 2. My front lines. Oh, no. I'm not doing that. Clarity of purpose for the first one. And now these guys both attack me. Deal 1 damage to each character. I'm going to have to defend. So yeah, he would have taken a retaliate, and then he's gonna ping my tough off, and then I'll take a damage. Then he'll take a retaliate, and then he's gonna take another retaliate, and then deal me 2 damage. So I'm down to 2 again. Ouch. Good stuff. Rock and roll riders. All right. Colossus is gonna punch this guy for 3. He dead. Takes a damage. I'm going to use Limbo to put a ready for action on top. Check this out. Def Focus, not Def, X Gene, X Jet, Exorcism. I'll remove 4 threat from the main, so it's back down to 0. There you go. Back down to 0. I am then going to put down the Blood Gem. Then we are going to Def Focus. Oh, wait, no. We are going to play side by side. Ready and ready. I'm going to use my ability. Not yet. It's coming. Yeah. We each get +1/+1. MagiK is going to punch for 3, killing this guy. Oh, yeah, he's confused. And then Colossus will punch for 4, taking him down to 14. I am going to use my free spell to do a ready for action. Get a tough on Colossus. There's a stepping disc. Perfect. I am going to spiritual meditation, draw 2, discard 1. Let's just discard the soul strike. Yep. And on the top is another stepping disc. I'm going to use Def Focus to play stepping disc. Ready. Am I playing a magic thing on top? Yeah, let's put a magic barrier on top. Oh, I discarded the wrong one. It's not the soul. It's the exorcism. All right. And then, because I know it's a physical on top. Can't take 2 damage though. No. Um, he's confused. I'm just gonna flip down recover for 5, and that's gonna recover him. Recover, go to 5. All right. I'm gonna keep all this 2, 4, and 6. There's the teamwork card I was looking for. Let's ready everything up. All right. It's just because I'm trying to be fancy because I could have killed him already. All right. Two threat on the main. He's confused. One encounter card is the Stardust. Attach to a Mystic. If not, attach it to the villain. All right. I am still just semi confused. All right. I'm gonna flip up. Put a spell back on top. We're gonna put the Soul Strike on top. We're gonna use Limbo to put the Magic Berry. Nope. To put Symbiote Suit on top. All right. Um, I don't have what I'm looking for the mega attack. So he's a 4/4 and I'm a 3. So I'm gonna use teamwork and punch him for 7. He's down to 7. I got 2 soul strikes, so I might as well finish it. Yeah, I'm going to use X Gene, X Jet, Soul Strike for 4, and then he's stunned. He's down to 3. And then let's just use Step Focus to play a stepping disc. I haven't used the ability yet. I'm going to use Ready for Action because my guy's already tough. And my rebate, I'm going to exercise him. There's no more threat on the main scheme. And he's confused. Oh, man. And then we're going to punch him for 3 and finish this game. Boom. There you go. With 1 card left in the encounter deck. Well, there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed all these videos with MagiK. I'm going to do a quick recap after this. But that was the gameplay. As you can see, I think the only thing I would change up with this one, I would probably add another teamwork. I would probably get rid of the suit ups because I think I can find Colossus very easy without the suit up. I think the suit ups were just mostly to make sure I can get my thing faster, but I don't think I need it. So I would definitely cut these 2 cards from the deck. I would add, I think, do I only have 2 spiritual meditations or 3? I think I only have 2 spiritual meditations. I would add a 3rd meditation for sure. I think I would get rid of, what would I get rid of? I would definitely get rid of, oh, I think Clarity of Purpose, even Summoning Spell. I would get rid of these 2 cards. Rapid response as well. As you guys saw, my Colossus was always there. So I think if I get rid of these 5 cards and add 1 more teamwork and 1 more thing, I think I'm close to 40. I think the blood gem can stay. That was pretty good. I would have to count there, but adding 2 more cards to the deck. Let me see how much I would be at. Because this one doesn't count. This one, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 3, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 1, 2, 3. 43 cards. Ah, there you go. And again, it would be a perfect 40 card decks because what did I say? Spiritual meditation doesn't count. It's not a card. It's free cards. All right. We'll finish off with the recap and then we'll move on to another character. Well, there you have it. 4 awesome games of featuring MagiK. And if you stayed all the way to the end, you are my hero. And let me know in the comments that which battle you enjoyed the most, which deck sounded the most interesting for you. So I'm going to do a little recap on MagiK. Um, really enjoys this character. Why? I think again the versatility of the deck build is very cool. The fact that she's one of the few mystic characters is always fun because it's a unique design. One thing that I will point out though that it's a very easy to get in the trap of building the same way the same time. So that's why I try to get a little bit out of my way when I try to do these deck builds. So when I do present these decks, is I try to, change it up a little bit. Maybe it's not always the most efficient, but it's always going to be what I think is going to be very fun and very synergistic to what the character wants to do. Somebody pointed out in the comments of like, oh, in aggression, you missed out on a few opportunities. And yeah, so Hulk is definitely one of these allies for aggression with MagiK. You can always know if you're going to use Hulk, and if you're going to get the physical on top. I didn't go in that direction, and I didn't talk about that because my focus was more on MagiK, the character, and how she interacts. And you know me, I rarely play with a lot of allies. It's it's not my thing. I prefer playing the hero and see what the hero can actually do. Another great mention that they mentioned was the ally in basic Legion. And again, you can always see what Legion is going to be doing. He's kind of like um, in leadership, Adam Warlock. So if you have a lightning on top, you deal 2 damage. If you have a mental, you remove 2 threat. And if you have a physical, you heal 2 damage from to the character. So he's okay. I guess he's yeah. He can have some nice synergies with MagiK. You can know when to use him, when not to use him, if you need to heal him up and stuff like that. So I feel like he's definitely another good character that you can play around with on that. So yeah, so those are just little oversights or just little things that I didn't consider in my deck building strategies that could have been added very easily. So yeah, so in all, I hope you guys enjoy MagiK. I hope you give her her whirl and you take her out for a spin. Definitely has some fun times. Definitely, the way she was able to get out of certain jams was very exciting to me, especially coming in with some of these more challenging scenarios. I like Magneto and Zola with like I had like 5 guys in front of me at one point. I'm like, I got 1 health. What am I gonna do? So, and then just like the interaction with manipulating the top deck and just having some fun. There is a lot of thought. So you need to think about your plays when you are piloting MagiK because there's a lot of interactions, especially if we want to use the stun and confuse on the character. You want to make sure that you kind of place your stuff in the right orders to be able to trigger the things. Again, why I focused a lot on the wild resources on the cards because that kind of just makes that whole process a lot easier. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. And remember, guys, play some Magic, not Magic the Gathering, but some Champions Magic and have fun and just play the game. Let me know how it goes. Peace out.